Hey guys, no, go ahead. Continue.
I was just gonna say, we're talking about on eBay, and
I got scammed.
People,
but I fell for a scam, I should say.
People, and I do not like those people. They'll say something on there, but then you click on it at the bottom, read the bottom part. It says, "Oh, it's only for this."
Yeah.
Like, but the title says like, "Oh, omnibus," and like and then you find out it's only a slipcase.
I showed off this omnibus. It's Spider-Man Todd McFarlane omnibus, and it's got the black cover, and the guy was selling it for $25. I'm like, wow, that's a good deal. Even after shipping, it's only $30. That's a good deal. And so the guy sent me well, okay, if you want it for 15, no, it was 25 with shipping. So the guy sent me this thing saying, you know what, 15. Okay, yeah, that sounds better. I'll take it for a total of $20. It's definitely worth it. And then as I was clicking on, I'll accept the offer. I actually, the whole title really kind of came into play. It was like, Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Omnibus hardcover, cover only. And I just, it's like, I never saw that until I hit. And so I'm getting out of that because no freaking way I'm paying for the, and then I'm dropping. So, this is a guy I've actually bought.
You thought it was an omnibus for $25?
I do it all the time at Ollie's.
that's Ollie's. eBay is like, no, people at eBay are like, we're gonna overprice you something because they want to make money. Because
sometimes
it's like going to Facebook Marketplace now or Half Price Books. They mark things up that aren't supposed to be that high because they know, well, you're gonna see it and you're gonna want to buy it because it's popular.
You know who does that, by the way? I was at the store today and I noticed 2 liters were on sale for $2.36. That's a 36-cent markup. They do this all the time. They'll put it on sale for the price they're about to raise it to, and then it'll become the normal price. So, or they'll up it like it's on sale for $2.36, but the next price will be $2.50. So, was that the Starry drink? Yeah, it's Sprite or whatever it was for Pepsi. It's just in a different can.
That's a ripoff. You only got half a can.
Yeah, I know, right? I only got the yellow part of the can. There you go. But I feel really stupid now. I've got to get out of this. I'm not paying. I am not paying shit.
Now you just got to go find the omnibus.
Yeah, right. But no freaking way am I.
Yep. All this crap. All the books are just piled on top of each other on a table. That reminds me of. Don't you remember going in the with Barnes and Noble? They had those middle displays. And they put all the books there and things.
That was when I was in Kissimmee, the first time they had the trade paperbacks and all that kind of stuff. It was just like that. Yeah. It was on. As a matter of fact, I found myself fixing them because I hated seeing it in such disarray. Now they're on a shelf, but still people go through and mess it all up.
That was me at my doing the quarter bins. I organized it one day. I was there at the comic book shop. I was like, there, everything's in alphabetical order. This took me like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
something one of the 5 people standing around the shop not doing anything could have done.
By the way, Ollie's is I got a big dog from Ollie's. As a matter of fact, maybe 2. I got the Super Friends Volume 2 hardcover omnibus, not just the cover. You're gonna get the book.
Right.
And maybe the Legion of Superheroes, the Silver Age Omnibus Volume 1. This is a grail of mine. So maybe not. We'll see. But there's a couple of other things there. So I don't know. I think I'm going to do an auction tomorrow, but I don't have a collection. I wasn't able to procure a collection. Anything and everything on sale this week seemed to be from the last 4 or 5 years. And I know for a fact, no matter how much I put that on, I'm not selling that shit. There was one, it was like, I saw this one listing, Legion of Superheroes, Superman, X-Men, Avengers.
Right.
And it was Bendis's Legion of Superheroes. It was Bendis's Superman. No freaking way could I ever sell that stuff at any price. So, yeah.
Right.
So I'm trying to get a collection together. I might just do a sale on the stuff that I've got. But we'll see. I'll put something together for tomorrow. But I don't know. Now the Ollie's near Liberty University is excellent. All the trades and graphic novels are neatly arranged. Yeah, it's always sweet when you can find that. They're not so much that way here. By the way, you may have noticed the title is something that we are not talking about right now. I was looking through, okay, what to talk about, and what really has my friends' panties in a bunch.
Panties?
Seems to be that they're going to screw over the Flash again. And they're going to screw over Wonder Woman for the 40th. Well,
to be fair,
time.
I kind of had a feeling it was going to happen soon, because when you take an author and you announce he's working on another book, and a lot of good writers are going on to books, I'm like, something has to happen.
Yeah.
And then you throw, you said it is, that title people were sharing around was so misleading, because I was like, oh, you know, well, if someone else is taking over these books, oh, that's cool. It's going to be Mark Waid. But when you actually read the finer details, no. They're just doing.
Yeah, I saw that.
That
okay, let's start with the one that really has you guys messed up, and that is apparently what Joshua Williams is giving it up for Cy Spurrier.
Well, what year are you at, bro? We're at Jeremy Adams, not Joshua Williamson. Joshua Williamson started.
Yeah, I meant Jeremy Adams. I meant Jerry Adams. Sorry.
Jeremy Adams announced today, with sad news, he was told a couple months ago that they're basically kicking him up the title and putting Cy Spurrier on there.
They're kicking him off.
Pretty much. Because they wanted to have someone to take over with a new direction. And it's Cy Spurrier, who's known for doing like Dead Man and some of the cosmic stuff, you know. Why throwing him on this book? They want to go in a direction. So cool. Just when we're about to get Barry and Iris married, we're gonna have Wally's having his third kid, you know, with Linda. It's right now they are what I've always said. If you miss Super Sons, you miss young Jonathan Kent with his parents. That's currently the Flash was been with Wally. His two twins, yeah, and they like it's the family, you know, and the kids get involved with adventure stuff, kind of like you saw Damian and John would do, get into trouble. That was this book but of course they're going to do a Flash 800. It's going to be an oversized issue with a bunch, and Mark Waid's going to be on it. It's going to be a bunch of different writers. Because the article I saw that was being shared around, it says that Mark Waid returning to Flash and Wonder Woman. I was like, okay, I like what Mark Waid's been doing, but then you see it's not even him. He's just coming back as to be one of the many writers they're going to do on the Farewell 800.
Right.
They're doing that for Wonder Woman as well. Because I was like, dude, because I was legit excited for Wonder Woman. I was like, oh my gosh, someone finally better than Becky Cloonan's taking over Wonder Woman.
I know, right? It says Wally West has never been quicker, more fulfilled, more heroic. His loving family is around him, and yet something is off, very off. His evolving understanding of his powers has opened Wally to new avenues of sci-fi adventure and attuned his senses to strange new ideas. Something new approaches to his powers. He encounters new realms, mysterious allies, and mind-shattering terrors, starting with a prelude in the soon-to-be legendary Flash 800. It's not going to be legendary. Those short story books are never legendary.
It'll be legendary for when they screwed everybody over.
The covers are sometimes interesting. The Flash is racing towards its milestone, blah, 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 blah. DC is bringing together some of the biggest names, yada, yada, yada. All right, so Cy Spurrier.
Yeah, I was just say, if you go to Twitter, I actually shared the link earlier. If you scroll up, I actually showed the actual show. It's both covers, the Wonder Woman and the Flash.
Oh, I've got that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I made sure that we could talk about her as well.
But so my thing, as much as people think that Cy Spurrier is great, apparently at DC, it's not. No.
I don't get that feeling.
I'd rather take Johns on another Flashpoint book.
I think a lot of people would rather take Jeff Johns.
And Kubert, you know, but currently this is what we're getting on the main title. We're getting father and daughter relationship, you know, stuff in there. You're not going to get that with this new book. I guarantee it. You're going to get basically, oh dear God, I hope they don't age up the kids, you know, change. I don't want the Bendis Tom Taylor effect. That's what I don't want. I'm hoping they're not going to do that shit. But it just sucks because we saw this. I've seen this before. You know, with the kick people, we have good series going. We have Batman Beyond going. It was going right. Went for 50 issues, and then it was kicked. Ram V was on Catwoman, and then they replaced him with Trini, or Teeny, or is it Trini or Teeny?
Teeny.
Okay, this point, it's stupid Howard.
She sucks. That's all you gotta do. She sucks.
Howard, yeah. It is. I don't understand their logic. Now, I'm trying to remember who is taking over as the artist for a Wonder Woman. I think they said Mike Deodato, is it? You think, or is he with Superior?
Well, let us see.
Because
that as well.
Because I looked at, I forgot. I remember. I'm not sure what the name was.
But it's Tom King, by the way.
Tom King's taking over for writing, but as far as the art,
Danielle Sampier. Yeah. It says it'll also be relaunching in September or July. DC isn't too sure. After mysterious Amazonian is accused of mass murder, the U.S. Congress passes the Amazon Safety Act, barring all Amazons from American soil. To carry out its new law, the government sets up an Amazon extradition entity, ACTS, task force to remove those who don't comply by any means necessary. In her search for the truth behind the killing, Wonder Woman now finds herself an outlaw in the world. Bullshit. So this is first of all, let me rant just a second here. So America is going to ban Wonder Woman. They're going to ban Wonder Woman. That's what they're trying to go with here. No, I don't see it. I do not see the people who live in the DC universe in America banning Wonder Woman. Now, granted, they did this story in Rebirth with Aquaman. But there was an actual thing where Aquaman was implemented in a crime. He was, or what do you call it? And he was framed by Black Manta. But Wonder Woman doesn't get the benefit of the freaking doubt. They're gonna ban? No.
Right.
Tom King is best known in comic books for his 85-issue run on Batman and follow-up Batman and Catwoman series, The Hero in Crisis, as well as the 12 blah, 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 blah. Tom King tweeted out, huge announcement. Sampera Art and I are coming on to the ongoing Wonder Woman title, starting with a game-changing story. Okay, let's talk about this phrase game-changing for a second. You guys know I do not like deconstruction.
Yep.
This is something else that's going on. Every time you get somebody new, we're going to change things up. And then the next one comes on. We're going to change things up. There is no normal anymore. They don't let us just sit with the characters as normal for any changes to be made. If you don't have a baseline, you can't change shit up. I'm sorry. Over and over again, they do this. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So Tom King's going to change shit up again. Okay. Anyway, you wanted to say something.
I was going to say, we went for Emmanuel Lupacchino, beautiful art on Wonder Woman, horrible writing, but it was beautiful art, to Daniel Sampere. And Daniel Sampere or whatever might be a decent artist, but nothing holds a cake to having, Emmanuel Lupacchino on the interior. If you look at the latest issues, look at the interior art she does. Mm-hmm. It's phenomenal. She did the latest World's Finest with Robin and Supergirl go on a date. She did the interior art for that. Mm-hmm. Dan Moore did the cover, and you can see it looked. Dude, her art is similar to Dan Mora's. So if you like that kind of art, you're getting a good Wonder Woman. And the only problem was the story. We would say we get shitty writers with good artists. Now you're getting a mediocre artist and a mediocre writer. Right. But you know what though? But that's Wonder Woman though. No one reads Wonder Woman anyway, so who cares?
I used to.
Yeah,
I really used to.
Yeah, when John Byrne was writing, right?
No, a little bit back. I thought the Wonder Woman Rebirth was okay. Greg Pak, I thought, was doing a fine job. Yeah. Not excellent, but it wasn't bad. Let's see. It goes on to say, finally, I'm thrilled to announce that we are working on a Wonder Woman run for Dawn of DC. I have the honor to be working this time with the masters, Tom King. Yeah. I'm wanting to know story because Wonder will now feature a prelude to this. Okay. The Princess is reaching her 800. Whatever happened to the Warrior of Truth is coming to a conclusion. All right, so it's not really telling us anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was the other link I had actually showed you more about the creative team and actually who's on the book and stuff for the 80 page stuff.
It's I'll tell you what. I think it'll be good for 4 or 5 issues, and then it's going to fall apart, just like every other Tom King thing.
See, when you say Tom King's on a book, I'm like, okay, Steve Trevor gonna get she gonna cheat on someone, and then in front of Steve Trevor, and then she's gonna kill Steve Trevor. We're getting the human target, Tom King.
Maybe
with Guy Gardner.
Maybe he thinks that's what is needed. I look. It's been 0 days since DC Comics has done something stupid. Here we go. I don't know. I guess I should start reading new books so I can start complaining about new books.
I'll just complain for you.
Yeah, you go right on ahead and do that for me.
I'm the one that's been spending the money.
I have to. I've got this. I've got my freaking pull list, but I never go to it. So MK was saying, what do you think about that April situation with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
That's another thing. Like I said, it's the same thing, and there's actually 2 stories from that, because there's
in all honesty, I think I'm getting tired of it. I mean, I'm getting tired of the reaction, not like I disagree with it. It's just they go fishing. I mean, that's what it is. And now it's so obvious they're going fishing.
The people reacting to it, or the people actually making the stuff?
No, the people making the stuff do it. They know they're going to get a reaction, and it's going to give them a push. I'm tired of reacting to it because it's the same shit over and over again.
Well, as somebody pointed out, there was another Turtles thing before this that actually featured. It was more kids show, and it had a younger black April.
Yeah,
but this was actually just like a spit in your face,
well, yeah, of course.
And it's basically if the Turtles were based out of Harlem. You listen to the voice actors. I've never seen the voice actors, but the way they speak, they sound like they're Zoomers, today's kids, living up, in the projects, and they're the thing here. Here's the thing: the Teenage Turtles, yes, they're teenagers, but they're always late teens. Even if you go back to the original voice acting from the late 80s, they were old white guys. So and you had Dr. Phil as the Shredder, so it was a lot of people grew up with that. And then we got the movies, the live actions, Now they're changing it up, and this is apart from even the whole thing with April, because they sound like what Mikey has braces. The Turtles never had braces. How did he get
Mikey
braces?
has braces? Turtles don't have teeth.
Yes.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You're just being a pain.
Sorry, did I say Dr. Phil? Yeah, Uncle Phil from.
Did you say Dr. Phil? I didn't even know.
I said Dr. Phil.
Yeah. Can we get a reboot of Good Time starring Rupert Grint as JJ? Yeah, I know, right?
It is just it's the voice acting. They want to go make them really they also they're like your 12-year-olds, They don't, and they're. Splinter has the Bob Ross haircut. It's Jackie Chan though. I'm like, Jackie Chan's doing a voice acting role, and it's Splinter. That's kind of cool. But why does he have an afro? He's a freaking giant rat. They shouldn't have an afro puff on top like Bob Ross.
You're kidding about that?
I'm not kidding.
No, I refuse to believe that. That's if I see it. If I saw it, I would not believe it.
Now, I'm one of those people that if I see Seth Rogen in a movie, I don't cringe. Only if he's directing it, then I cringe. But no, he was doing voice acting for Bebop, who is the Warthog. Now, people were complaining, well, the cartoon series, Bebop was a black guy who became a Warthog. I was like, who cares about that? So, you should have had a black actor. Okay, so you want a black actor speak for a pig? Seth Rogen's perfect for a pig.
What? I'm trying to get...
John Cena is voice acting for Rocksteady, the Rhino character in there. Anytime John Cena gets to be himself, an idiot, I'm happy for it. And we got, what was it? Giancarlo Esposito is going to be Baxter, which I think is the guy who turns into a fly in the cartoon series or the comics, whatever.
Yeah.
But there's no Shredder. I was like, this is kind of a weird lineup. So who's the big bad guy then? But aside from this, yeah, then we see the whole April thing. Now this is where the whole April thing really blew up for me, because like it says, like, I didn't have the initial reaction when I first saw it. To me, it was more everything else, because I when I first saw this, I saw the names. I didn't see the trailer. Trailer is like, that changes everything. Because at first, before I saw the trailer, I was like, you know what? These are actually kind of cool cast. I don't mind this. I don't know any of the voice actors for Turtles, but I figured they'd be smart and like not trying to make them like 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
And just are they trying to appeal to Zoomers, the ones who are now 20? They think about they're almost 20 years old now. It's been that.
Well, yeah, that's
true. Go ahead.
So MK is saying the Rise had Black April, but the new movie, she's also just ugly and chubby. Well, here's the thing. I get this all the time whenever I argue. They say, well, you didn't mind it back then, did you? And they try to call you racist, even though you didn't mind the Black April of 20 years ago, but you're saying something now. Yeah, because now you're not doing it for story. You're not doing it for any other reason than you want a virtue signal. This ugly, I've seen the pictures, this ugly Black April. Yeah. It's done to get a reaction from me. It's done to get not necessarily
it's
me,
Velma, Turtles.
Really nerdrotic. They want nerdrotic to go after it. They want young Ripa to go after it. And I'm pretty sure they already have. It's Pavlovian at this point in time. I'm bored with it. I really am. And maybe that's part of my problem with this channel. I get bored with this shit because once I see what they're doing, I don't want to do it. I don't want to fall in that fucking trap, no matter how many views I get, because they want to put an ugly April up there. So people like myself will go, oh, you bastards. Why'd you do that? This is how April's supposed to look. And I know some people have put up, like, what is it? One of the earlier issues where you see April and she's got the long, dark, curly hair.
And that's the thing. This is what the problem with April is. And it's not just it's more the people who are trying to virtue to defend the product, saying, oh, Eastman's girlfriend or wife at the time, she was mixed race. He based it off his girlfriend, or his wife, whatever, and said that, like, where has he ever said that? That's a lie. I know. You see in April when she's introduced in issue 2 or 3, she is a white person. And it's actually explained in the book. Issue says, he like my new do because it's in style. And people are trying to say, like, oh, no, that's not true. I'm like, have you seen Ripley in Aliens? Have you seen Cher with the hairdo? Yep. White women all had the hairdo. Even, what's her name from Lamb Chop? Yeah.
Oh, that was what the tight curls. Yeah, that was a look back then.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, they're dumbasses. They're morons. They're fucktards.
The people who are saying, like, oh, that's don't know about this are the ones who didn't grow up in the 80s, or just ignoring this material. But yes, the whole thing they're trying to say that, and then
don't you shit on my head.
Yeah. So, and then yes, April looks like as you pointed out, Oprah. She looks like a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah.
That body. I don't know what they're trying to fool with this, but so then because of this stuff, everybody's reacting to this. People started going on to the Lara Croft Tomb Raider. This is hilarious. They're trying to say because, well, she was originally created, her name was Laura Cruz, and they decided to make her a British and white because this is the lie. People were trying to say that old white people couldn't handle playing as a person as a white in their video game. And it's like, what?
Oh dear Lord.
She's British.
History started with Twitter and TikTok. That's all it is. It's morons.
When TikTok started, that's when history started.
Yeah. Night Train, I love comics, even though I've not purchased in years. I'm not saying I'm great or brilliant, but some comics tenets are simple. Clark has to save Lois. It seems so simple to me. And yet they want to subvert expectations to the point where Lois saves Superman. Rose Byrne is voice acting Leatherhead, which makes no sense. Moran, that's from MK. Moran, you're saying the people who complain about race in the uglified April are being painted with the same brush that people complain about. I'm okay with it. At this point, I'm okay. Look, the people who know me know, but the people who don't, they're gonna say I'm gonna give this long-winded speech, or I'll make a video giving 15 different reasons why their argument is horrible, and they're going to go, oh, you just hate black people. All right, go that way. I don't give a f anymore. Yeah. I am not in any way, shape, or form cuddling them. I'm not going to use their language. They can, all right, if that's what you want to say, that's what you say. I'm not arguing it because I know me. You guys know me. So fuck them.
Yeah. So
I'm done. I'm sorry. One more thing and I'll let you go. Okay, I really put a pin in that shit when I saw just some guy calling me a fucking racist. Like, you know what?
So,
done.
So the whole creation of April was actually based as Eastman and I think and Laird as well. Laird had both said, you know, I think it was Laird or it was Eastman. April O'Neil, the name was based off an Irish or Scottish person. That they like, just like Starfire was, based off of somebody like, yeah. So I don't know, it is just ridiculous. But you said something earlier about how it's like, well, you guys didn't care before. You had a problem with it before, which is black. Actually, Rise of the Turtles, people hated that because for some reason you made Raphael, he's the anti-hero. He's the Jason Todd, was somehow the leader. That's usually Leonardo's job. Mm-hmm. And they didn't like it when April was changed. Grace swept on there too because there was no need for that. I didn't care for the new Turtles. You know what I like is the original Ninja Turtles. I like the original comic book series 1. I love the cartoon series, and I love 1 and 2. I don't care for the third one, but I'll still take the third movie, the live action one, where they actually had the suits. Is 10 times better than that crappy Megan Fox bullshit they did.
Yeah,
that was.
Like by the way, Jay, Jay, he basically conservative Floridians. We're all homophobic. We're all racist. We're all
Soviet idiots.
I'm done. I'm done with it. I'm done with the bullshit. Seriously.
Yeah,
I've said there are just a lot of things out there. Like a man is a man, a woman is a woman. A man could want to live as a woman could want to live as a man. Doesn't change the fact man is a man, a woman is a woman. God bless you. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're fine. I hope you're loving your life and people are accepting you for who you are. Absolutely. Just don't include me in your bullshit. I am not cis. I'm straight. I don't fall into their categories. I don't talk like a fucking TikTok. I don't talk like freaking Twitter. I am done with it. If you're using race to complain about your bad decisions these days, in 2023, that's on you. You are a freaking racist, not against white people. If depends on whatever color, if you're using the fact that I'm a YouTuber is why you don't, I'm sorry. No, you're not racist against me. You're not racist against white people. You're believing the black or Latino or Asian or whatever can't fucking handle it. I'm not coddling that shit anymore. I'm done. The last 5 years killed it. Killed my freaking compassion for the whole, but in the past, fuck that shit because I didn't do anything. And I'm tired of it. I'm fucking tired of it.
I don't play it.
I'm absolutely tired of it. If I do something to you, bring it to me. Okay, fine. We'll have a debate. We'll have a discussion. We'll throw down. I don't freaking care. But don't tell me that I've got some sort of generational guilt to people I've never even freaking met in my entire life because they did something to someone you never did, that you never met in your entire life. Sorry, and I'm out. I'm out of that entire game.
Well, I would say when I hear you say like people are these today's generation, they deserve reparations for what? They didn't suffer.
Yeah. For what?
You weren't there. They weren't there.
Whom? And from whom? Because I know for a fact that my slave stable has exactly 0 people in it for the entirety of my life. That's all.
All my ancestors come from Europe.
There you go.
Well, except for the ones that are Slavic.
I know. Yeah, right. My family's only 2 generations old, kids.
Well, aren't you part like Norwegian or
No, we're Scottish.
Scottish.
Yeah.
Well, the Scots had slaves too, but that was
not me.
The Vikings.
Let's
if
see,
you're a Viking, you're racist.
Oh, speaking of controversial news this week, did you hear about the Goosebumps thing? How?
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope he wins a lawsuit. If they sign an agreement with somebody, a writer, and you change stuff without their permission.
Oh, I thought Arl Stein was in on it. I thought he was kind of doing a Dr. Seuss's family thing. And by the way, it's not Dr. Seuss who banned those books. It's his family that banned those books.
Sins of the father
are the fathers alone. Yeah.
Yeah. My dad owed you money. It doesn't go to me. I didn't make the deal with you.
My only issue with the Bayverse turtles was they looked like they were on roids. Confession
the shells
time.
are freaking huge. They had little tiny heads. They looked like the Koopas, you know, the stand.
I enjoyed the Bay turtles. I'm not saying they're the best, but I didn't. No, I enjoyed the first film. The second film was suck. But
the only thing I saw out of there that actually looked appealing was Megan Fox, because she's wearing those tight clothes. That's what it is.
She usually does. And by the way, I thought that the and I know I'm like one of a million here, but that elevator scene, that was awesome. I just thought that was, I don't know who came up with it, but it was a great brother moment when they're just, and they start beatboxing and everything. I just thought that was a great way to kind of jazz themselves up for a battle coming up and everything. So yeah.
Instead of messing with the turtles, just do a live action Battletoads.
It's time for the Battletoads to get their due. It's time to bring them in. Let's bring in some of the others, like the adolescent radioactive black belt hamsters, or the gangrene jujitsu gerbils and stuff like that.
Yeah, you said, like, so I don't care who's, if it's your voice acting, sure, you know, like with your colors and your nationality, if you voice something, you know, like. I wouldn't like the guy playing Uncle Phil on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, voiced a Shredder. I understand why, you know, we're like, well, why is there a black guy voicing an Asian guy? It's like, well, because it was aimed towards kids, and kids don't give a shit when they're watching when they're little, because they're not anal adults. They get disgruntled over everything.
It's kind of sad.
Just saying, it's what it is. Like I said, I actually, if you're gonna have Giancarlo Esposito do anything, I said, why not make him Shredder? He plays perfect bad guys. He's a serious guy, and he always be, dude, the way he played Gus on Breaking Bad, you can just be the quiet guy and then just kill someone. He doesn't expect it. Can you imagine how dark the Turtles would be if they made a serious Turtles? But yeah, my whole thing is like, everybody is already, we've all been established with the 80s Turtles, you know, the way there is. To change it now doesn't make sense, because it's not going to stick, because everybody loves the original. And I want to be different. You're not being different. You're just going like, oh, I see you're woke, and I raise you this woke.
Yeah, these days it's not different. Would be to make everybody look like they did in the comics. That would be different.
Can you imagine if they actually just came out and just did the serious Turtles, where they just, oh my gosh, Bad in the Sun, can we please do that? Can we just get the suits and then just have this brutally murdering, dismembering people? That'd be awesome.
Street Sharks versus TMT in a death battle. Okay, yeah.
Street Sharks. That, you guys probably didn't know this, but Vin Diesel was one of the voice actors for Street Sharks cartoon.
I've heard
that blew my mind, because I remember watching the action figure commercials, and then Vin Diesel was on there, but I didn't know who Vin Diesel at the time. So when I watched it again on the clip, it's like the old reels from the 90s stuff, things, you know. It's called Do You Remember on Instagram, and it showed the clip. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is Vin Diesel. Holy shit, he was. Because I watched that when I was like 10 or 11, man. I don't remember that stuff. I only remember the stuff that scars me, like Fire in the Sky. That's
let's see. The Street Sharks would most likely win unless they win against the Bayverse version. The Austin, it's in the past. As far as your genealogy, it also comes to this. You are an individual. I mean, that's the whole point about America, is that we could govern ourselves. And we do that, and it starts with the individual, and then the family, and then the neighborhood, and then the city, then the county, then the state, and then the federal government. But it all begins with you governing yourself. You are not your father. You're not your father's father, and so forth, back on to the people who did that kind of stuff.
I mean, I guess that was the way back in the 1800s and stuff, 1700s. You took on your father's dad, was applied to, because that's just the way things were. Nowadays, it's like you don't have that personal freedom, where it's not your thing to take out. I guess. Well, maybe when they say your father's sins are yours too, whatever, see if your father's in debt, you would inherit his debt as you got, especially if you're living on a farm, and your father died. That was your way of income. So you inherited his debt. So you had to, either sell the farm or work it. Yeah. You're just trying to get more numbers, aren't you?
Say again?
You're like, Rachel, jump on. Here's the link.
Well, to be fair, we are hardwired in many ways. Even culture can be hardwired. Yeah, after a while, you do get to a certain point where you kind of
get used to it. It's a way of life.
Yeah, it is what you're used to. That being said, we're not used to it anymore.
I'm not used to slavery or
I remember I went over, I was on Tristan's show and I set that freaking comment section on fire when I said, you kids brought racism back. We beat it. We did. That's the truth. That is flat out the truth. Let me finish. No, it is absolutely the truth. If you said something racist, you were ostracized. You were kicked out. You are the bad guy. Now, about around 2013 and so forth, it was brought back. All of a sudden, you have to point out, I've got a fucking video on this channel where they are begging to be segregated. They're begging to be segregated. What the honestly, no. But nowadays, instead of course, you treat people the same way in spite of race, you're supposed to call out race for some reason. It's been brought back. And worse, it's been brought back with freaking T. Yeah. The racism I see on the left, the racism I see from people like Antifa and BLM is it's palpable. It's amazing to me, but it's considered. It's like they're being racist and calling other people racist at the same time, so they can kind of brush it off. They've changed the definition because before it was looking down upon. I'm paraphrasing, but it's looking down upon somebody because of their skin color, no matter what situation.
So my 2 cents on that is that racism it went like not completely, but there's always, because as long as there's evil in the world, there's always going to be people who are bad people. There's always going to be racism. It's just that you're right. Most people were shunned, but you can, if somebody came out and says like, I don't like you, or a white person said the N word, it is, they were shunned.
Now, mind you,
you said that. Well, that guy person there, that person's not,
No. Mind you, I said racism, not racists. You will never get rid of racists. There is a difference. Racism being, of course, the act. Racism being the laws. Racism being society looking down upon somebody, because right now racism is in high gear, and it's aimed at us.
Compared to the 60s, yes, the equal opportunities have been really,
there are no laws on, and there were no laws on the books except for affirmative action that were about race. And if people had acted as a racist, they were shunned. But no, you're never going to get rid of racists.
No. So yeah,
racism was done.
Because as far as everybody agrees.
Hello, Rachel.
Hi.
So whenever you what's up, Rachel?
Hi.
Whenever you, everybody knows this. Whenever you go to fill a job application, it says they do not discrimination by sex, religion, gender, or race. They're right there. They just don't discriminate who they hire. That right there, that little thing, that wasn't always the case back in the day. Yeah, they added that in because now they can get in trouble. They can be sued. They can actually. There's also federal law, state laws. They're not allowed to discriminate by what you look like, your race, your gender, because they get in trouble. They said so. That's the one thing you guys did. That was a big improvement. So I said, there's always gonna be racist. It's always gonna be there. It's just that when you said that though, everybody got like
the sphincters tighten every time I say stuff like that.
Nobody wants to be accused of being a racist or spreading racism.
It's not you're not going to get it from me unless you actually say something, and I will kick your ass off my channel. And
so I understand your point though, because I say, and not they're not, as far as spreading racism is mainly it's basically most people are useful idiots. They are used by people who are in power to basically just cause pandemics. It's look at the whole COVID. We create enough panicking through the social media, or through media itself. People will start, oh my gosh, the news reports this, so it must be true, because there's so many people who rely on their government, but don't realize that you shouldn't want your government to take control of your whole life. Well, I just want to sit here and play video games. Well, the government takes care of me. Well, if the government takes care of you, they can decide when they want to stop taking care of you. They can say, well, you reach this age, now we're going to kill you off because you're no longer useful to society.
Well, Ahsoka, I'm sorry to hear that about your friends. She's saying that a friend of hers got in a coma put into a coma by Antifa and BLM. Do you think we'll get shows like All in the Family? No, not. The whole point about All in the Family and the Jeffersons is you had two racists, by the way. You in Archie Bunker and in Thomas not Thomas Jefferson. What was his name? George Jefferson.
George Jefferson.
And the thing is George Jefferson, of the two of them, he was the rich guy. He moved on up to the east side. Archie Bunker still lived in his little, what was he, in Brooklyn or the Bronx or something like that? And they used to butt heads, and George Jefferson, even in the Jeffersons, he was racist as hell. But the thing is they were always the foil. They were always the fall guys. You were to look at them and say, yeah, what you're saying is wrong, dude.
Did you say Thomas Jefferson?
I'd said, but I corrected myself.
Because I heard that. I was like,
yeah. I said by Antifa, and this was during 2018 when he first. It's Antifa and such. Yeah.
So quickly, one thing is Ahsoka saying how that her friend went to go to marriage license and they didn't. And this was in Washington D.C. They thought New Mexico was it's a different country.
That's ridiculous. Yeah. Well, by the way,
that's the dumbing down society.
Figure drawing is bringing up when the average person says they're pro BLM, they're not pro violence. Yeah. I don't think that the average person knows the difference between saying Black Lives Matter and the organization Black Lives Matter, which I know a lot of people who, of course, everybody, and by that I mean so many people, you can say everybody, agrees. Now I say all lives matter, and I say that proudly, and I say you, if you are so freaking racist and stupid that you can't see black people in all lives matter, that's on you. I'm not going to change. But they don't understand that the two things are different. So when they hear Black Lives Matter, they think, yeah, of course, the sentiment, not the actual movement, which has been proven time again to be corrupt and incredibly racist.
Yeah, it's just our government. Like I said, I am for small government. Government should all it needs to do is protect me from invading countries. That's all it needs to do for me.
Now, I would love to steer this conversation almost to anywhere else before we get
sure. Let's go back to
yes,
talking
please.
about.
Well, I would actually. We got Rachel here and Maranya's in. Last week we were tossing around the idea of doing a role-playing game.
Yes.
The Marvel game.
Yeah.
I would like to do this on Tuesdays. I want to get together with you and Maranya and whomever wants to play. I can put 10 people on this show. And I would like to talk about when and how, and let's get a game going, because I think it actually would be fun content for the viewers, and we could all put our act on. My one question, though, is if we do play this Marvel role-playing game, would you want original characters, or should we play actual characters from the Marvel Universe?
I would like to be original, because
Okay.
I already have an idea in mind, but that's just me.
All righty.
Role-playing game. Are you playing a video game?
No, the
like-
actual D&D style. Yeah,
D&D?
but it's a Marvel game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live or offline?
Say again?
Do you live or offline?
Not live. Like we'll do it like this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hope it goes well for you guys.
I was gonna say probably not 10 people playing, because Maranya has to be like the DM, right? She has to tell
Right.
us
So
or
it'd
it'd
be
be a-
9
it'd be
up to 9 plus.
No, I would say-
plus her.
I would say try to keep
3?
it to 5 people because it would be too many people trying, like too many characters all at once. You know what I mean?
That's not even the main cast, though.
I know.
I don't know.
Well,
Venkman, is this something you would do?
I don't think a whole lot of people would show up anyways.
I'm pretty sure. Is this something you would do?
Who we talk to?
You.
You, thank you.
No, I'm busy on Tuesdays.
He just doesn't want a D&D because he said that that's too nerdy for him.
No, I'd rather play a video game and hack slash stuff. I'm not into like, oh, this person tells you what to do. I can never. I tried to play D&D in the past. And
Not your thing.
I couldn't get into it.
Okay.
Now,
Really?
I will suggest this though. If you guys do play it, you're doing it live, dress up. Make it a
Well,
real.
I want my character to be called Nipple Man. So
Why don't you guys just play Diablo 3 on here?
I don't have computer games. I play mine on console.
Play.
What if we played Hangman with comic and pop culture topics?
There you go. I like
comic
that.
book or something. I like the idea of comic bringing. I want comic book Jeopardy to be a thing. Thank you very much. But also Thunderdome. But
Here's an idea. Ahsoka will love this. Tier list Tuesdays.
Tier list Tuesdays. Yeah. Ahsoka, I GM'd the Marvel TSR game for a few years, says Maranya. Ahsoka wants to GM. Now we got the battle of the GMs.
Wow.
Maranya called it. So yeah. But if you
yeah.
guys want to play, just let me know. Send a tweet to the DM or leave a message here. Yeah.
Josie,
hey, Joe
brings him in here. Awesome.
Marvel, so let's see. There's BDSM Widow, Spider Shot, Iron Foul. Yeah. Okay. No, we're not going to be doing those.
Well, hey, Sam.
But hello. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah. Joe,
We're
if
talking
you wanna
about
jump on,
sexual roleplay. That's not it.
Yeah, we're not doing that kind of.
Joe, you
roleplay.
should jump on. I know Joe's a huge Flash fan. I know he did a little stream about this earlier.
He's got great graphics on his channel, by the way, and he does sometimes dress up for reviews.
He does.
Yeah.
How's it going over there? Yeah. For those who don't know, Joe is actually overseas. He's over in Japan. And I was when people live overseas there, I would
Oh, Austin.
I want to see your comic book shop over there. I always want to see it. I want to see how tall you are or everybody else. No.
Ahsoka saying you wish he tried it 10 years younger than when he did because he's a little bit stiff and doesn't know what to do with freedom of role playing.
Like
you could come on in and give it a shot. I mean,
it's your. I say watch videos on YouTube of it, and you will get it. There are videos of people playing the exact game that Maranya has that we will be playing. So definitely check those out and watch those videos and see if you're into it or not.
You should go to Target and get yourself a Scooby-Doo Clue game, 50th anniversary Clue.
I was thinking about that kind of stuff too, just for fun stuff, just for hey, it's interesting content.
It's classic Scooby-Doo theme with original Velma.
That'd be fun. That'd be funny.
The best Velma.
Yeah. I credited Austin's quote to Ahsoka. Sorry about that. Is Joe the guy who dresses in the wolf mask, or
no?
Is that
he dresses up. He dresses up as the Flash. Sometimes he's Batman.
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of costumes he likes to do, and but to a Japanese mine. Oh,
that sounds good.
A gold mine, coal mine. What kind of mine is this? This is a comic book mine.
There you go. That sounds good.
Right.
Either way, guys, check out Joe's show. He deserves a bigger audience, don't we all? But yeah, he's a lot of fun. See if he's your cup of tea. Obviously, he just jumped on, asked for no solicitation, but we've given him some. So
I have to because Joe's a nice guy, and being on the other side of the world, it's kind of hard to do live streams with people because when we're awake, he's sleeping.
Killer Bebe wants to play as Willie Lumpkin because he has the power of ear wiggling.
It's Minecraft in Japan. Yeah. That's what it is.
There you go. But yeah, I would like to get together with Maranya. Let's hash out and find who wants to play, and we'll see. Because right now, the only confirmed is you and me.
Zach.
Zach wants to know if there's miners in the mine. Zach,
Zach, I don't think that's an appropriate question for a guy who just went through a divorce.
Is the miner 49er in the mine? That's what I want to know.
and his darling Clementine in a cavern in a canyon.
Well, I was talking about Scooby Doo.
Oh, okay.
The Minor 49.
Oh, that's right. One of them. Yeah. Holy what? Yeah.
Dragon statue in it though. Is this like an archaeological dig? Like, I know it's a mine, but like I'm just curious. Like, I've never gone on a tour to a mine. Is it an abandoned mine, or are they just are they just set up for touring? It just sounds weird. It's like, come to our country and look at the mines. Go inside.
Oh, Zach, my poor race.
Get to work, slave. You go in and really can't leave. They want you to start mining. I don't know. I'm not.
Says he wants to play.
Yeah.
Who?
Zach.
Who are we doing? All right. Cool.
What
time is your Tuesday usually over?
9:30 sometimes on Central.
We could go for a couple hours around 10. We'll start at 10. I'm fine with that.
And now we have and then every other Tuesday, I know Joe, or not Joe, but Zach, if he's still with us, we do an offline thing with Ash on Discord, reviewing books. So that's between you and Zach though, but we do that thing with Ash on Tuesdays too.
Okay, let's see. Did Zack Snyder actually sell?
Historical.
No. There's nothing here saying anything about it. It says James Gunn to fans wanting Snyderverse. Let's see. Okay, this is James Gunn to fans wanting. So if you've been following along with our coverage of how things blah 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 blah. They're in the contingent of Zack Snyder fans who will not accept anything short of Snyder either being handed the keys to DCU or Warner Brothers. Yeah, I'm sick and tired of them, actually. I really am.
Honestly, keep it up because, if it means the dumbest decision to have get rid of Cavill. Unless James Gunn says, this is all a thing, and they're actually going to have Cavill pop up and say, hey,
Zack hasn't expressed any interest to do it. And Netflix hasn't expressed any interest in buying it. That's what I'm saying. So I would take all that shit as rumor. Frankly, it sounds like a good rumor. I could do a couple of videos for you. I'll do it right now. Hey, guess what? Zack Snyder's going to go to Netflix. So says a rumor started by a whole bunch of Snyderverse fans. It's nothing. It's nothing. Hey, Nerdette, what's up? Can't wait for TK on Wonder Woman. I can't wait for the first 5 or 6 issues. After that, it's going to go downhill.
Are you saying
that's just Tom King?
Is she saying it's all BS? We're talking about the Snyder thing?
Yeah, it is. If you look,
of course it is.
It took me 2 seconds to Google it to find that there's a whole bunch of YouTube.
You got to Google it. Why would DC Warner Brothers let someone else do another verse when they're trying to build their own universe?
Well, it takes no time to see all those YouTube channels have question marks on them. Snyderverse going to Netflix? Question mark. And the last thing talking about it was an article by Bleeding Cool talking about how Snyderverse fans want it to go to Netflix. It's a bunch of crap.
Oh, and
Did
Zach,
you say new characters from Marvel? Oh, from the Marvel the game, whether we play new characters, meaning things we make up, or if we play actual characters.
No, and Zach, it didn't get changed. We're still it's at the Geeky Puppet Show every other Tuesday. So it'll be next week. Next Tuesday would be
the real BS of the Flash news. Yeah, we talked about that. It's kind of sad. It's sad that they're taking off a good writer for Cy Spurrier. Oh,
yeah.
Did you leak on yourself?
My thing is that
yeah,
I've read some Cy Spurrier stuff. He's a mid, a very mid writer.
I opened a bottle and it just kind of went everywhere. Hey, look, it's a bottle.
But my thing is that it's like we've had seamless like a transition from Josh Williamson to Kevin Shinick, I think it was, and then you went to Jeremy Adams, and it's been going on since Rebirth. Flash has been ongoing, the best DC book, and then now we're gonna throw Science Sprayer off there, and because an article that was released, it said like because they want to have a different tonal shift. So it means they're going away from the family dynamic. So it means are they bringing back Barry full time as a Flash then, and then Wally's just gonna be reset.
Oh, excuse me.
Been there.
Are we going Teeny Howard level like they did the Catwoman? I mean, as far as Tom King taking over Becky Cloonan to me wasn't that great of a writer. The way how Steve was kind of made it as a joke compared to everyone else in the series. The only thing Wonder Woman had going for it was Emmanuel Lupacino doing the fantastic art. She's a fantastic artist. See now Daniel Sam Perry. I don't know. It's Wonder Woman. Like I said, Wonder Woman to me hasn't been that exciting since man. And sorry, Zach, I'm going to say this: post-crisis. You had George Perez on the art. And then you had John Byrne. I did not read the New 52, but from based off the cartoon series, the movie they had with Justice League War, it was if that's the gung ho, like I would want to kick ass Wonder Woman. Man, that looks cool. I'll have to read that. But I said Rebirth, Wonder Woman. It just seems like you put Becky Cloonan on the book, they just want a placeholder.
Yeah,
we saw what she did to Punisher, wasn't that? And then, but even Becky Cloonan's Punisher, I'll give her that. That's better than Jason Aaron's crap.
Yeah, that is true. And I actually heard a rumor that when he comes back, Bernthal will not be wearing the logo.
No, he's got twin swords now.
Yeah, he'll be doing that bit. No. The general public doesn't know about this costume change. You gotta think we do live in this little comic book bubble of ours.
Yes. Yeah.
The general public doesn't know about the costume change, and the general public that does know the Punisher knows the skull. So I wonder if they actually will be brave enough. They might do a Daredevil. I mean, if you think about it, we only got one season out of 3 with Daredevil in his costume. They might go that way. And
they're
just
doing
not put him in
Daredevil
any
Born
costume.
Again. So, I mean, can we get Karen Page strung on crack?
Yeah, apparently they're not going to have Karen Page and Foggy Nelson, at least not the actors that played him in the Snyderverse.
But we're told, John Bertho's coming back, and then you have the guy who plays Kingpin, Vincent D'Onofrio, said, "You like the Netflix show? You won't be disappointed with this one."
Hopefully.
I hope you're not just getting paid to say that.
Hey, look, man. Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin is freaking awesome. I even liked him in the Hawkeye show. I
know this, but man, they didn't have, see when someone got their head door slammed in the Netflix thing. I don't remember they actually showed it, but you saw the door going. You didn't see the head, but what was going on. It was his expression, his violence. I was like, dang. So I don't know.
Did you know that James Gunn tried to make Plastic Man movie starring? That is, I would love to see that.
Matthew
20 years ago.
Underrated actor. Just fun.
I would have loved to have seen that 20 years ago. What's up?
I was just gonna say I have a huge crush on Matthew Lillard, but also the actress Deborah Ann Wall. She plays D&D.
Cool.
So
ask her to come on. Tell her to come on and play Marvel.
What's the other girl? She's actually from that show. Oh, it was a web series. Felicia Day?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Hey, tell her to come on and play Marvel.
Sure. Right after you change your politics. That's a thing.
How about if I just don't talk politics during the game? I'll make sure of that.
Delete your channel, all your internet history, so she doesn't see it.
Yeah, I ain't doing that. Daredevil did not take the walk of shame. DD strutted. Yeah, that's what.
He was. He did strut in that. Yeah, but
that's how I took. When I saw him walking across, it looked like he was like, "I just banged the She-Hulk." Yeah,
he's the first of many.
I'm watching Mystery Incorporated right now. Lillard voices Shaggy in it. Oh, by the way, Lillard does not show up in Scream. So if you were thinking that, take that away.
Yeah. And also, Matthew Lillard also plays D&D as well.
Tell him, come on, let's play some.
Matthew Lillard was killed in the first Scream.
Well, yeah, but it was rumored that he would come back. Stu would come back.
I only want to know this, and Now, this might be a huge spoiler for some people who haven't watched it.
Matthew Lillard doesn't come back.
Does Courtney Cox get killed? I want to know. Is she finally
No, I don't want to know.
Matthew Lillard doesn't come back in the new Scream movie. Neither does good writing. So just be prepared for both of those. Yeah.
Oh, Matthew Lillard was in Bosch. Fantastic
cool.
on that series. So watch Bosch, man. Titus Bulver.
Yeah.
Awesome show.
Me and Gail went to see Scream yesterday. Today I saw 65. I'm gonna leave some reviews for tomorrow.
Ooh, that. I mean, I kind of want to see it, but I don't want to pay like $10 to watch it. I'm waiting to hit $5 DVD or $2 rental.
I know, MK. We should get Henry Cavill because he plays D&D and he loves Warhammer.
And he built his own. He built his own computer with his bare hands with his shirt off. Let's bring
Henry Cavill in. Let's play some Marvel. Yep.
Just put a thing on Twitter to be like, who wants to play D&D with us? Marvel D&D. They're like, Marvel Daredevil.
There you go. Yeah, we'll have Henry Cavill playing Marvel. We'll make
Captain Britain, man.
We'll make the Sentry, and he could be their Superman. I figure she had kids with celeb chicks disappear. They have a fail. Yep. A lot of times, excuse me for the yawning. But yep.
Yep.
Matthew Lillard was the only other Shaggy that Casey actually liked.
Yep. It also had the best Velma in those movies.
Zach Richmond, that is a good way to go about seeing 65. In the year of
Maranya.
Bring Henry Cavill in and expect a totally speechless GM.
You know what blows my mind?
He's too good looking. He really is. He's just he's a good. He's like too good looking.
That Adam Driver's. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's why it's like hard to believe he is such a nerd.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you see him in like interviews talking about all his nerdy stuff, he's really like he's a real nerd.
Yeah,
like, you know.
He and that Joe Montani Alagado, whatever his name is, he's a good looking guy too. He's hot enough to get Sofia Vergara.
Yeah, and he plays D&D as well.
Yeah,
he actually plays D&D with the writers of Game of Thrones, with people that worked on the games League of Legends. He does.
They got a channel where they show off their games too, and he's got a setup. He's got a serious setup.
For the past couple of years, I've been watching CW shows since 2015, and almost seems like every show has somebody playing D&D in it. At least one of the episodes of seasons. It's just really weird. It's like, for those who already remembers iZombie, they played D in there, and they also played Diablo. They're huge nerds. They dressed up. Supergirl, I believe they also played D&D in Limits. And then Kung Fu recently, I think it's the first or second season. There's for the guys, Dennis's bachelor party. They all dressed up and played D&D at the bachelor party.
Because D&D is it's making its waves.
But it's weird because this is when I started noticing it. This is after that woman said like, "Oh, finally, women are allowed to play D&D."
Women were always allowed.
You remember that the commercial? It seems like you remember that the woman was saying like, "Oh, we were oppressed. We weren't allowed to play D&D back in there because."
Yeah, I saw that. Bullshit. First of all, okay, you know what? Germans are about to freaking bomb Pearl Harbor again. That is the one thing that truly pisses me off beyond anything I hear from these bullshit people stepping out saying, "Oh, you were so fuck off." We would love to have had a girl, any girl, play Dungeons and Dragons, read comics, and do any of that shit that we were looked down upon. We were looked down upon. And look, I have always been in the I don't give a what you think category, as much as a middle schooler could, because trust me, I believe I did think, I hope I look good for this girl, whatever. But me and my friends, we used to bring our comics to lunch with us, and we would trade and we would read and so forth and so on. You know who didn't sit there? Girls. I'm talking about of the ugly or pretty variety. We were pariahs to them. Forget about it. And yeah, I'm a 14-year-old kid. I could even talk to girls. I'm not one of those people who were like, oh, please. The one thing that I was really short, and I ended up being a punching bag for any guy who was 4 foot taller than me.
You were the kids on Stranger Things.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Your son.
But and all I hear is, you kept girls out. No, girls kept girls out.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about all. Obviously, MARANYA is an embodiment of the exception to the rule. And there were exceptions to the rule. For fuck's sake, the person reviving DC Comics at the time I was getting ostracized for reading comic books was a woman, Jeanette Kahn. Which, by the way, obviously she didn't have a job because according to the dickheads that believe that history started in 2013, no woman freaking worked in comics except for Flo Steinberg.
You know what I liked? I like Revenge of the Nerds. That is exactly accurate how it went. You were the nerd.
Yeah.
The girl would be, oh, you're a nice, you're a sweet guy, but I want a man.
Oh, you know the story. I told the story once, just once in the entire history of this channel. So here you go. You want to know about the freaking Revenge of the Nerds? All right. So I am in middle school. I'm like 14 years old. And there's this girl. Oh my, her name. A lot of times you're not allowed to mention the name. Jennifer freaking Fernald. Okay, that was her name. I remember it for the fucking dagger that went into my heart because of this girl. I had such a crush on her. She would sit down. She would talk to me. She'd ask advice. I give great advice. I'm a very smart guy. Yeah. We talked a lot. I mean, we talked a lot. And so one day she's asking me advice and I'm talking to her. I say something brilliant, as I usually do. And she turns to me and she looks, and she's at the time, she's probably average as hell, but you know, to a 14-year-old kid at the time, she was gorgeous. And she turns and she looks at me. Oh, so hold on, I need you to see these eyes while I say this. She turns to me and she says, Aaron, why can't I find a guy like you?
And in that moment, the kids watch him. Has he died, Philip?
I know. You can see his heartbreak right here. Why can't I find a guy like you? Fuck you. So no, don't tell me bullshit about how we are keeping girls out of the fucking hobby. Girls kept girls out of the hobby. And Jennifer Fernald, I hope she's had a great life. Obviously, it worked out for me. So
screw it. I wish she had a poor life.
I was gonna say, I mainly grew up having a lot of male friends instead of girlfriends because girls were always more mean to me, and guys were just nicer. And we liked video games. We all, you know, had the same interests. And I remember, oh God, it was so awful. I always asked guys out because when I liked them, because I mean I have a crush on everybody, but whenever I asked to them if they wanted to be my boyfriend, single,
please don't ask.
They would always say, you know, Rachel, you're a real guy's guy. And I'm like, what?
It's harsh.
I was like,
I can't see. I could never see that doing. I mean, frankly, younger, not married. Hell yeah. I mean, you know, you seem nice. I've seen a picture. You're very pretty. You got those boob-shaped boobs, which is always a plus.
Yeah.
I don't see how it definitely would not happen in the 1980s.
Yeah, it was just like and I've always been told, oh, you're like my little sister. Oh, you're a real guy's guy. Just always
a guy's guy. I mean,
like,
I understand
you're
a girl, but you're one of the guys. But a guy's guy, that just is.
It really depends on how the age gap is with the person you're talking to. Because I'm turning 38. You're like 31 now.
I'll be 31.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you are kind of like a little kid to me.
He's gonna make his pitch. Jay is saying Rachel P. friend zoned.
Yep.
We're closer to Zack's age. Zack's like 33, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, I
he's so young.
I hate when I hear people say that we kept girls out of the whole thing. That's such bull crap.
No, we
so
tried
Rachel
to get
had
girls.
The tomboy treatment. Yeah, it was okay. I did.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing wrong with being a tomboy. It's just that, you know, when you're a kid, you don't really know. You think you like someone only because based on what your fantasy is. You don't until you actually get to know them. You're like, oh, well, they're not as nice as as I thought they were. You know,
sometimes that does happen.
Because if you only see them at school, you don't see them all the time. You don't know what they are like outside of school. They could be the most stuck-up person. You know, it could be all for show. You know, especially when you see some. That's the crazy thing is you see some girls will put on like layers and layers of makeup, and then they take it off. It's like holy crap, who are you?
I know a girl like that, very sweet young lady. Once again, I'm a teenage guy. I would go for anything. But she was really sweet, but she pancaked it. And I saw her without it, and she had horrible acne. And and I saw her after high school, and I guess she went to a dermatologist because she wasn't pancaked, and she was gorgeous. And I'm glad. I'm glad. I mean, granted, right now she's 50 and she's probably got some weight on her and got a couple of kids or something like that. But you know, I like to say I hope everything worked out. There's only a few people from my high school years I hope are in San Francisco looking for their next meth hit.
All the guy friends that told me I'm a real guy, in looking at their like Facebook images, they all got super fat, so I'm happy.
Oh, there you go. I've never said, Dragar, I never said I was a hunk. I've shown the pictures. I don't think hunk would have done it.
Rachel, I think I've only seen you once, and that was about a year or two ago. So I don't know how old that picture was, but
yeah.
But you weren't unattractive. It's just that I've always looked at you as a younger person. You know?
Yeah.
What? That's just, well, you weren't unattractive.
No. We're like friends because I don't be like, hey, I'm thirsting after you, girl. That's kind of weird. Like you said, if I met Rachel in person, who knows?
Geek Hero says I have an advantage. I was already fat. I'm also happily taken. Me and Gail got fat together.
That's the only thing I hate about people doing the online dating. You don't know the person. That's
bullshit. I'll tell you what, an old man's advice to a younger person: get the fuck off the dating apps. Seriously,
meeting a person, doing stuff, and then I went on like so many dates in my younger years through online dating. It's not worth it to me because as soon as I got to the dates, they expect me to pay for everything, and then they like to tell me, and I don't want. They basically would just ghost you. So
I would if you ever in that situation, by the way, where you're going to a first date, before you sit down, tell your waiter or the maitre d', can you make sure it's separate checks unless I say differently?
Well, I've done that before, yeah.
Yeah, make sure that they know because
Raker says I'm fat in spirit.
There you go.
English in spirit, right?
Thank you.
Listen, I like fat guys, but I was just happy that the guys that like kind of almost bullied me in a way were, they weren't as thin as they were back in school, and they thought like they were hot stuff. So now they're not.
That's the thing about it. It's like, people are too self-absorbed. They only think about what they want, and they don't care if they insult you. I knew. Oh man, I used to remember this kid. A girl got picked on. I don't understand the mentality. Like, children are animals, pretty much when it comes to like it's survival of the fittest, pretty much. Lord of the Flies. Whenever and it shouldn't be that way. You should be able to respect someone else. And now it's the point where it's gone so far the other opposite direction now at school, because now it's like if you say something, oh, you're racist. And you're gone. It's like,
I don't know. I feel like
the Me Too thing really messed it up for everybody. But I'm just saying, you should be able to be friends with somebody and then not worrying about what someone's saying behind your back. It's just be yourself. Be honest. Be open. But don't be a dick. Seriously, that's pretty much everybody is. There's no moral guides that kids can follow, or I guess, like I said, public school has just become trash. The teachers don't care. Even when I was at school back in the day, I remember in elementary school, teachers didn't care. It was a paycheck.
Here's some dating advice from Uncle Aaron. If people are Uncle Englentine, whatever you care for.
Uncle
if people are doing all these dating apps, and I've heard from the young, I've talked to some young people, dating sucks, blah 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 blah, yada yada. No one's talking to the girls, not in real life. Go and do it. Put on some confidence, even if you don't have a lot. Put on that little amount that you do. Go up, say hi.
But nowadays, so many girls turn men down or make it seem like they're, sexist. Like, have you heard about like working out at the gym? lately,
Yeah,
like
I saw
these girls would like film them and be like, "Oh my god, he's looking at me," when he's really looking at like the weight.
Talk to the girls who are filming themselves.
Yeah, they're
don't do
awful.
that. But definitely, I mean, like if you're working with somebody, if you see somebody, just and oh, by the way, also don't approach a group of girls. You are just asking for it. That being said, if you see somebody you like, go up, say hello.
I don't do that because when I was 15, when I saw this girl, I thought she was close to my age. She was like 12, but man, because some girls fully developed. I was just like, all right, I am not going to talk to girls anymore because I don't know how old you are anymore because women are maturing faster than guys.
Yeah,
I stopped after that because I don't want to be.
When I was young, what was it, 18, 19, I worked out at Disney. I would get off Disney and I would go around and I would just start talking to girls. Just picking up girls. Why not? See if it works. You know what? Sometimes it did. Sometimes it didn't. A lot of times it did.
Austin P, I had that once. I had a girl, never even met her once. And I met her through a dating app. And then she stalked me.
Yeah, women nowadays, 20s, 30s, have ridiculous standards and think every guy's a creep. They go on the apps and they see these guys, and the guys that are really hot say yes, but they just want to bang them because the hot guys have a lot of options.
But
it's just the way it is.
But it's not long-term stuff, you know?
Not at all. I would get off Disney. I would get off at Disney off of work, and I would go hit on girls, and it worked.
It is a happy place.
It was a very happy place. It was a very happy ending place.
But yeah, I always go up to guys, but they just didn't want me for whatever reason or think I'm just a good friend. So.
Well, that's the thing too. Man, you can't take things personal because not everybody thinks, we have different tastes, different desires,
Yeah.
When you find somebody find somebody attractive and not like you, vice versa. Someone else may find you attractive, and you're like, I'm okay. I'll go over here. It's just weird.
I have pretty low standards, so I'm gonna be honest. Being 30,
you have a chance.
Listen,
I'm in a wheelchair. I'm paralyzed from the waist down, so we can never have sex.
Being 30, I just listen. Not having anyone. Being 30 years old,
sure,
and I kind of want kids too because I ain't getting any younger. So,
You remind me of the new girl. When they reach 30, you're like, oh crap, we gotta have kids.
Yeah.
Girls like confidence. Yeah, just go up and talk to them.
That is
say hello. Get to know the person next to you. Don't get on a freaking dating site. Oh, let me swipe left or right or whatever you do.
Oh my gosh.
Just because a girl wants a free meal on a dating site. Actually talk to somebody who may actually like you because they've been next to you talking to you for a while.
Some of these girls I follow on Twitter, or conservative people I've met through Twitter, and she posts a thing. It's like, what guys want. It shows guys want this in their 20s. It shows ass and tits, and then it shows like, and the guys in their 30s, they want cuddling and companionship. And I posted, no, I'm good. I got 3 buckets KFC.
By the way, Yusef Al-Dejan says he hates Justice League War. I don't hate it. I just think it's mid myself. I think they really should have gone along and tried to create better characters.
The comic or the movie? I thought the movie was okay.
It's the same to me. Both of them, one reads the way the other one watches. They're good, like they're entertaining, but it just seems it's like very surface level.
Like here, Maranya said she met her husband when she was 29, got married at 31.
Yeah.
You guys know, I saw Gail and I turned to my friends. I'm gonna marry her.
Yeah.
It was instant. It was just like that. I knew when I saw my wife that I was going to marry her. The whole discussion, this is how long I had. Hey, nice to meet you. I've got some work left over to do. Why don't you have a seat right here? And when I'm done, we'll fire up the movie. All right. Okay. And then I shut the door, turned to him. That was how long it took. Exactly how long it took for me to realize I'm going to marry the woman that was in front of me. And and we dated after that. After the movie, we went over to her friend Ivy's house and we were watching TV. Wayne's World commercial came on. Wayne's World was opening the next day. And I said, hey, you want to go out? I had the day off. It was Valentine's Day. Yes, our first date was Valentine's Day. And I gave her a silly little pin. It was this Will Rogers charity thing. And I said, I'll give you my heart if you go out with me tomorrow and to see Wayne's World. And she said yes. So our first official date, because going to the movie wasn't an official date, was on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Zach, I disagree. I thought Justice League War was actually a really good movie. I actually enjoyed it. I don't think it was, you see, it was worse than the comic book. I never read the comic. Maybe the comic is better, but I thought I was actually entertained by the movie. I bought it. I have it just like I have Throne of Atlantis. I have a lot of the DC animated movies. Now I didn't care for like the way Superman had his belt instead of the the underwear. No, because this looks weird. It looks like he's wearing a onesie.
Oh, I'm gonna go get my thing again. Be right back.
But all right, well he's gone. Play the Japanese video stuff so he can't hear us. And Rachel, I think he left.
Don't do that. Don't play any Japanese stuff.
Go use the restroom.
I already did. I already went pee. I'm back.
He slipped the avatar on. That's hilarious. All right. What are some good examples of relationships in good comic books? Bad relationships. Hank slapping Jan. But then again, Jan deserved it for the way she flirted with all those men. Peter Parker actually slapped his wife too, but
he also gave her cancer with his sperm.
Yeah, that was Kari Andrews. Yes, the fact that you know that is really weirded me out. How did you know that? Do you read comics? Or...
Do I read comics? That's crazy. I would never. That's gross.
I'm just considering. Did you just looking up Spider-Man images, or how did you?
I learned through Wiki.
Oh, Wikipedia. Comic Vine, yeah, is really good too.
Yeah.
I stopped reading comic books after One More Day for Spider-Man. That was like 2014, 13. And so how I caught up with Spider-Man back in 2019 is I just read the Comic Vine,
Yeah.
And it gives you a list of exactly what's happened. I'm like, I didn't miss much, did I? All those years, and it was the same mediocre stories.
Yeah, his radioactive sperm killed her.
It's just fun because the radio sperm.
Out of all the comic knowledge, that's the one thing I know.
I guess you know about Batman Damned too as well.
Oh no.
Batwing.
No.
You missed it. So we're talking about comics. She says, and she's like, she brings up the Kari Andrews, the how Mary Jane was killed by Peter Parker with his radioactive sperm. I'm like, she doesn't read comics. How do you know that one specific thing? I have many questions.
I look things up. Okay.
I know you do with Google Images, but you don't tell us about it. Here comes the Spider-Man. Brings the whole meaning to that song. Look out! Here comes the Spider-Man.
Everyone, shield your eyes.
Alrighty.
But Rachel was reading comics over his actual. This all credit is read comic books over each shoulder. But yeah, getting back to comics that aren't gross comics like that. One series hardcover or softcover. You got your green skin on. Is that going in the auction?
Let me. No.
No.
Because I would buy it off you, sir.
Well, these are. By the way, if you can find these, I highly recommend these.
Oh, those DVDs.
But these are. You get the book. Oh, hold on. Let me.
Is that the Walmart ones?
Yes.
Ooh, I do have. I do have them. If it's the DVD one.
Yeah, it's not only do you get the trade paperback, but you get the DVDs and
I had that for the Dark Knight Returns and Batman Year One. They're Throne of Atlantis.
The Dark Knight Returns. I've got I think I have like 2 versions of this because I also have that leather bound Frank Miller book.
How much those go for now on eBay? Those got to go for quite a penny.
No, I don't think they do.
You would think because it gives you the movie plus it gives you the hardcover.
I'm think it'd be
Oh,
like
this is the special
$50.
features.
Well, the price for hardcover is usually more expensive than the soft covers. I always see the soft cover ones on the
Well,
trades,
let
and
me
those
see.
are like $30.
It's $50, I bet.
I'd say 40.
I say 50.
Okay, let me look.
That's why the bag. Oh my gosh! Can we release the Super Sons in a hardcover like that, Walmart, with the DVD movie? Can we actually like make it more worth the watching stuff? Also, I mean, All-Star Superman released that with the movie. You know,
Dark Knight Returns hardcover
Dork Knight.
with DVD.
Yeah. RDB. Yeah. Batman the Doom.
Yeah, it's run about 25.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how much I paid for it. You know, that's kind of right around there. 25, 30. Actually, I think it was $30 at Walmart at the time.
How come every time I look up stuff, it's like $50 to $100?
Because you're looking for stuff that is expensive.
Yeah, I guess so.
You have expensive taste, apparently.
But yeah, you mentioned the
oh, that is awesome.
Yeah, this is such a great story. I really enjoyed this, The Throne of Atlantis. I also like the movie and such. So,
yeah, I never got the book like that, but I do have the movie. Yeah,
and the Public Enemies, they've got that as well.
That also came with the thing. Oh, you kidding me? Yeah. I didn't know about those because I get all the movies, but I never knew there was the book versions too.
And then there's this big bastard.
Oh my god!
Did I collect all of them with the DVDs?
Yeah.
How much?
This one was this one I got at $65. I think it went on sale, but I don't think
$2,000.
I don't think that's the price anymore, especially if it's new. But it's got Year One, it's got Gods and Monsters, The Death of Superman, the Black and White, which I believe is the Gotham one, the one with the different stories you don't like. JLA Earth 2, which is the one where they go up against the crime syndicate, and then Justice League Origins, which is really Justice League War, I believe.
Some of the art was kind of wonky. I think there was the Justice League 2 Earths. Yeah,
I like that one. It goes along with a couple of the trade paperbacks.
What is the one with Batman and Dark? Oh, that was Public Enemies, right? Apocalypse. So that was the one with Superman basically goes and basically says, I will destroy, Apocalypse.
Yep.
If you don't return Kara.
Yep.
That is just a badass scene.
Yeah, there's some good.
Because Batman knew he's like, I can't go toe to toe with you, but I can.
Nike, Kiro.
Have a good one. Take care. Gods and Monsters really did rock.
Justice League worse.
Yeah, I've got those in all the movies and such. It's pretty cool.
No, I disagree. I like Justice League War. I love, dude, you have Wonder Woman going with the sword, cutting the parademons in half, going up to the Air Force One and just rescuing the president and stuff and his wife, the First Lady. And just like when I think it's the same movie where Trevor introduces her to ice cream. And she's like, Wonder Woman has ice cream for the first time. That is such a cool scene. I like that. Yeah. Let's see here. Justice League. I love the Justice League War animated thing. I like majority of the animated movies that came out. I still like the Green Lantern, Emerald Flights. Emerald Knight and First Flights. Nathan Fillion doing the voice acting. Like I'm saying, he may be. If you're saying Nathan Fillion's too old to do a live action version, let him do the voice acting.
Yeah, do the animated. Yeah. I got it.
We could get an animated Booster Gold, blue and gold. Give me that.
Okay.
He keeps leaving a lot in his own live streams. The nerve.
Share stream.
I don't know, but like I said, I'm happy to have the books I've collected over the years, the movie stuff, because the way everything's going streaming now. I can't wait to finally get rid of physical media and everything's on streaming now. If you want to watch this, you have to pay through streaming. But yeah, I feel like I'm the only person that's really going out still buying physical media.
I am sometimes if I can get a hold
of it. I got over there now, but I had bought like the Black Adam movie. Mm-hmm. I get the Movies Anywhere code. You can play it anywhere. I have the physical media. I got the Legion of Supergirl. Supergirl and the Legion of Superheroes, got that one. trying to think. They got the new Puss in Boots movie. So I used to go to Walmart because I love the fact you get the code with it. You can, but I love having physical media. Now, I understand if you don't have room for physical media. I'm just wondering, how many movies are you buying? I don't buy that many movies, but like, geez, if you're to the point where you've bought so many physical media where the fact you cannot buy physical media anymore.
Oh, The Killing Joke.
Yeah, that one disappointed me. That ended so abruptly.
Well, that's the way the book ends.
Yeah.
The thing with this one, we had a showing of it at our big theater, and it said there's going to be two. It's going to be two different movies, and then it's going to be a little bit of a how they made it kind of thing. Okay, cool. I watched that Batgirl part separate from The Killing Joke, so I never knew it was all one movie until I got the DVD. I actually like the Killing Joke part of it. These are two. What do you call it? These are two.
Those are two Goombas.
Yeah, they are.
And Iron Man.
They're those motion comics.
Yeah,
with Iron Man Extremis and Agent of Sword.
Dude, I bought the Red Sonja and I didn't realize it was a motion comic book. I was like, oh, it's Red Sonja finally. And I was like, oh, you bastards! It's like I'm stuck with it.
Not a cartoon. It just came with me. But yeah, season 1, the only season of Birds of Prey. I don't think I've ever actually watched that all the way through.
It was actually kind of really good. And the fact it's got the girl from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Savari, I think it is.
Another copy of Under the Red Hood.
Yep.
Because it's awesome. No, another copy of Year One.
Rating the soundtracks of those movies, I still say Under the Red Hood had the best soundtrack.
Green Lantern First Flight,
yes,
and of
Zack,
course
Spider-Woman is a MILF with her mommy milkers. We love them.
Green Lantern Emerald Knights, and then this. It's a collection. It's got all of the Marvel movies at the time. So yeah. Those are all my cartoon animateds. I also have the Justice Leagues and the Batman Beyonds and the Batman Adventures and Superman Adventures.
That was Punisher Black Widow War Journal or that one?
Yeah, I haven't found that one. I didn't think it was great, but I would still get it. That one.
Amadeus Cho was in there too in the movie. So
the Captain America, what is it? Iron Man and Hulk movie was pretty good. Is that in this one?
Oh, there was the Thor one, the Thor and the Hulk, and then you had the Hulk versus Deadpool was the other one.
Yeah, it was Hulk versus, and it was like Thor, Weapon X, and so forth.
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun though. I like that one.
It was a 2-part movie, I think it was, and then in one thing. Or maybe it's separate. I'm not sure.
The Battle of Super Sons is actually pretty good.
I have not watched it.
I want to do a watch party of the Doom that was it Batman, the Doom that came to Gotham or something like that.
Oh, the newest one.
Yeah. What is it? Yeah,
Batman.
the Doom that came to Gotham.
Speaking of Batman, did you hear that people want Jensen Ackles to play the new Batman? If we're casting young, let's go with Jensen Ackles.
Hold on.
He's gonna get more stuff to show us.
Man, he must be really old. He's gone and pee a lot of times now.
No, he's getting more stuff to show us. I hope it's more booba, more mommy milkers.
What is with you?
I got 2 big dogs for the auction. Now I wasn't able to get a new collection, so it's gonna be books that you've seen before for the most part. Mm-hmm. But I do have, this is the Super Friends Saturday Morning Comics. This is volume 2. It is an omnibus.
Is that Dynamite on there?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a comic book series based on the Super Friends.
I really wish they would have went more with the Spider-Man as being friends. They're just doing that one prequel comic. Like they need to have more of those comics with Spider-Man as amazing friends. Exactly. As soon as you say it, it pops your head.
And then there's the Legion of Superheroes Silver Age Omnibus Volume 1.
And Cosmic Boy wearing a corset.
There you go.
Saran wrap.
247 through 267, 282, 290, 293, 300 through 328. Action Comics 267 to 276. 287, 289, Superboy 86, 89, 98, 117, Superman 147, Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen 72 and 76. And there you go.
Isn't that crazy? Mike Gold was the editor of the Silver Age. Gold, Silver.
Yeah. But there you go, gang. These are two of the big dogs that are going to be there.
No, Rengar, you just have a sperm on the brain, is all.
What?
Oh, you're selling the auction for a starting bid of $20? What? No. But there you go.
Everything must go.
So what are we? A bunch of super friends? Nah, we're the Justice League. Booyah! Yeah, Justice League.
No, you guys are just and friends. Get used to it.
Yeah. I don't think
Venkman still has me as and friends in the Discord. I keep saying it, but I just don't bring it up because I'm like, I guess I am just and friends.
Yeah.
If you want to be moved up to more, sure.
Yeah, please. I was like,
hey, don't worry. Ash is also and friends.
I saw that too. Yeah.
Well, I based when I was putting other things, it's based on the people I talk to every day. So now that I see you're active in the Discord, I'll move you up to friends because people who aren't really active in my Discord, they're now and friends.
I say all sorts of crazy stuff in Discord.
That's why we catch you and friends to censor you. No, I put up my Discord to public. I've been advertising it on my channel, so I put creative roles for people in the group, so people have different permissions. You first enter. You don't see everything when you first get the link. You see a few things, and then you click on this, and then once I see that you click on that, I'll change your rank, and then you become an friends. Like it's just a way of keeping people from people who don't like us and coming in and just raiding and just trying to start shit. But Zach, I would never put you as and friends. You actually are at friends, Zach.
I like that idea, MK. Do a tier list of names. That's pretty cool.
New Avengers.
Yeah. Like do the DCU names and not necessarily the groups themselves, but who's got the baddest ass of
X-Men.
That would actually be kind of cool.
The Outsiders.
Put up like the top 20 or something of each. Yeah. I've got it. I've got an idea for the tier list, so I'll see if it works. I'll try it sometime. Yeah, me as and friends in the readings. Yeah, in all honesty, by the way, I at first had planned we do a reading tonight.
I can't read.
I know you're blonde.
Then how do you know you're and friends then?
My eyes. Yes, someone told me.
There's so much lies being told in this stream tonight.
The secret is out. The blonde is blonde.
And blind.
Yeah, honestly though, I'll stick up for blondes. Blondes were never the idiots. It's the brunettes who dyed their hair to be blonde. Figure that out.
Maybe it's the ones with the dark in the middle and then the blonde that falls out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
New Wares, Guardians of the Galaxy, Justice Society, Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. Alpha Flight. I still say that's one of the stupidest names I've ever heard of. Alpha Flight.
Alpha Flight.
Omega Walk because they can't fly.
But who watches The Watchmen?
I do. As a matter of fact, I got the movie
Watcher
here.
does. Who watches?
I got that big 4 or 5 hour version of it. That's the way to watch it. Yeah.
You're stuck in here with me. I remember that scene.
Yeah, in the middle with you?
No.
Okay, to the right.
I saw a blonde react to Weird Al's fat video she mused. How did he get so fat so quick?
Yeah, well, she's a little special.
Yeah. I guess the Rogues sound mid-tier to me, yeah, but they're like one of the best, right?
What's Deadpool's? Oh, the X Factor, right? X Factor.
X-Force.
X-Force, X-Factor. I was thinking of this show.
He first appeared in the New Mutants, which is a suck name, but then then it was X-Force force he was
Yeah.
in. Right.
X Factor. I'm so stupid. There's my blonde.
Once again, blonde.
X Factor. Yeah.
Well, you're not stupid. You're just blonde.
Yeah.
We'll go that direction.
You're
Yeah,
not
it's-
stupid. You just second guess yourself. Most people do
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
Zach's stupid.
True.
You're not stupid. You're intellectually challenged.
Yeah.
And
I
that is
mean,
what matters.
There
I
you go,
did fail.
Rachel. You're no longer in friends.
Yay. I did fail first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, and had to read to fourth grade. And that sucked. And I failed that too, but they boosted me to fifth grade because of my age.
Say what?
I was 1 year older than everyone, so they were like, she gets a pass, I guess.
I gotta say though, I remember back in like we were all going to first grade. The next day, this kid like gets moved to second grade. I'm like, what the? I was so pissed. I want to skip a grade too. Can I? Because I knew if I skipped a grade ahead, I'd have spend less time in school.
Yep. I'm glad I dropped out
Remember
of high
back in the
school.
days, you could legally drop out at like 8th grade, and you didn't have to get in trouble. It would be truant. You could just stop.
Yeah, it had to be 16 or older back in the day.
Yeah. 8th grade.
I turned 18 and I was like, I'm gonna drop out
Yeah.
because yeah.
Yeah, you got to buy beer for the other 10th graders. Did you guys see Scooby-Doo and Crypto? I have not. I did
I
not.
saw Courage the Cowardly Dog and Scooby Doo.
I saw The Legend of the Super Pets. That movie was pretty fun.
Somebody shared online because it's Women's History Month. Women's. Women's
International Women's
International
Day.
Women's Day was. I guess it already happened
Yeah, it was yesterday.
yesterday. So somebody shared and down in Brazil and in the McDonald's they sent all the men home because they kept the women there working because they don't celebrate working women in the country.
Listen, if women want equal pay to men, they gotta work harder.
That is true.
That
Yep.
I'll just
Well,
say,
yes.
I'll just say this: being a guy, I don't always get wage increases. I had to work extra harder, and I see people who work in the same job I did in half his ass,
Mhm.
and somehow they get paid more than I did.
Yeah.
So it's the whole thing like equal wages. Yeah, yes, because not all guys get paid the same as the other guys.
No. Yeah.
And it doesn't make a difference if the guy has a degree or not. If I'm the one doing the work and then he's the one that's somehow getting paid more because he's nicer to the managers, that's bullshit.
Yep. Well, Venkman, get on your knees, okay?
Well, I don't need to get on my knees. I'm a gun owner.
Oh no.
Right.
We're the ones that start the revolutions. We're the ones that without us, there would be no America. We're not the Brits who get on their knees.
Thank you. That's what I said during that Colin Kaepernick bullshit. Americans don't kneel. Why are you kneeling? You stand for something. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand.
Norm Macdonald Weekend Updates. One of the things is like they banned in Britain they banned gays from basically I guess joining the military or something like that. And he's like, so Norm Macdonald, his reply was like, but here's a question: how do we know if they're gay or not? They're British.
You can't tell.
That's funny. That is funny. When they had Batman kneel, that really I know, right? That was just bad. I think there's a video somewhere around here on that.
Tony Stark. They all kneel to Tony Stark. Yeah, remember?
Yeah. Hey, do you know if Rumble allows you just to transfer videos over? Or do you have to do them one by one?
What you can do is you connect it to your YouTube account, and what it does, I think it actually just it's like BitChute. I think it just automatically uploads it.
Yeah, I want to send everything over there.
I've been doing that, experimenting as far as with the videos of past readings. I've been putting them on there. They do pretty well over there. I've actually been getting a lot of views over there. It's been increasing. Now I have been getting a lot of followers. Now it says if you get 25 followers on over there on Rumble, they allow you to stream, and you can use StreamYard to stream. on Rumble.
Hmm.
You can multi-stream. You can stream the YouTube and them at the same time if you really want to.
Yeah, I kind of want to move over there myself.
I'm just trying it out. I don't expect to make, you know, tons of money, but I was going to say this: if people are interested in what I'm doing over there, and I can get a bigger following over there than I can on YouTube, because, you know, there's a lot of people over there who because right now it's like Rumble is pretty much like the free speech, becoming the free speech over there. And I see Nerdit's over there too. I saw that, and there's nothing wrong with that, because people are like, well, Rumble, it's like, you know, that's like BitChute, it's conservatives over there. That's not true. Nerdit's over it's over there, and I see other people. It's not a bubble. It's just you're allowed to say what you want to say, and you're not you know what do you call it, penalized for it.
I don't know. I'm too used to YouTube and Twitch to even.
I'll never. So that's like we're not. Geeky Puppet Show is not leaving YouTube. No, it's but we're just trying to. Look at it this way. I don't want to have all my eggs in one basket. I'm gonna try it and venture out, see what's going on over there. You know, I want to see if we get people over there. Now I advertise. Hey, if you're watching this on Rumble, you know, come watch us live on YouTube, because YouTube will always be our main place, unless we get more following over on not BitChute, but on Rumble. YouTube is the main place to watch these things live, but I'll always upload the streams after they're done onto Rumble. It's just a way of building more of an audience. And if you're shadow banned or being throttled on YouTube, you can share it over on Rumble where you're not being throttled. It's just an alternative thing.
Yeah, I still rather stream on YouTube because I've been using YouTube for years, you know.
Dude, YouTube is much nicer as far as finding video stuff. The whole layout's so much. I agree with that. I don't want to have to leave that. But, you know, I was watching Crowder's interview with Russell Brand. He says, like, you know, it's like Susan left, but then the guy who takes over is the guy who basically was shutting down the Fox Apocalypse, you know? And I think he took down 50 of their videos. This is the guy, and now he's in charge. Yeah. And when they took down their videos, they were taken down because they didn't give an excuse. They just took them down. He's like, because it's all about controlling information. You know, if you're saying something they don't like, you know, or look at did on Angle Teen Live, you know, read word for word a legitimate article. They took down his stream and gave him, you know, I think he got a copyright strike.
Yeah, I got a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Rumble is getting better, though. The fact that they actually are available to stream on there, you can pay if you want to stream right away, or you can wait to get 25 followers.
Oh my gosh! So if you're saying I can show Japanese stuff on England's channel on Rumble and he won't get in trouble?
Well, I don't know about that. As far as I know, Twitch is more lenient as far as what you can show, what you can't show. I think Rumble is pretty much more lenient than YouTube, but I haven't tested it out. I mean, I showed a clip of from if everybody watched our Mandalorian reviews. I took a clip of the Mandalorian and I put music over it, and I even got a copyright strike with it like that. You know, but I was surprised. I was like, I took like a 14-second clip, I put my own music over it. So
they'd be greedy.
I don't know. Like I said, same. I want.
Zach, I
want Rumble to do better. I mean, and. Like I said, I hopefully more people go on Rumble, more people join it, and they're able to build. I love having competition with YouTube. YouTube should not be the main place to go to. Sorry, it should not. I understand that I would say if they were open, honest, and actually, if it was the 2006 Wild West days of YouTube, sure, I wouldn't mind YouTube, seeing on YouTube. But YouTube is becoming the place where you are not allowed to say what you want to say.
It's actually worse than even regular TV. The what am I trying to say? The censorship on YouTube is actually worse than what you would see on TV. TV could show Walking Dead. You can't show the bodies getting torn up. They'll say shit and all that kind of stuff. If you say that within the first 8 seconds, you're done. If you say it too much during the video, it's going to be too much. You can't talk about certain topics. Even now, when all that information about COVID has come out and it's debunked, the January 6th stuff has come out and debunked, you could lose your monetization just by talking about it.
Oh no, I'm gonna get canceled for saying penis too much.
Well, the thing.
Now you're gonna get me canceled. There's a difference.
No.
Well, no. The other thing, the main problem with I have with YouTube and anything is the rules they can tell you about. So you get taken down. Your video gets taken out, but they don't tell you for what for. I don't know.
Yeah, the only thing, honestly, if YouTube just communicated with their creators, it wouldn't be as bad because you at least know it's coming.
I'm fine.
But they don't communicate, you know.
Put it in the terms of service, and
Yeah.
I'm signing that. And then you change it on me. It's like, well, no, we agreed on this. Why are we changing it? And then, oh, what's the new rule? Where is this rule in the terms of service? Click. And, you know, it's yeah, I guess that. So, I mean, what do you agree with?
It ain't like called you truth for a reason.
What do you agree with people like Steven Crowder or Russell Brand? You know, they have a right to say what they want to say. They shouldn't be censored. They shouldn't be taken down their videos because something they said that YouTube didn't want to agree with. Because, you know, why would YouTube be here? They're not going to get sued for anybody who says on here.
Yeah.
No. You know why? Because they censor conservatives. It's like, so that alone should be a violation of like the internet and stuff, you know. But anyway, like I said, I don't want to get too much on that, but it's just it's an alternative place, and it seems like it's growing. It's the last time I used it. I feel like it's.
But also, I feel like with Rumble though, as it grows, they will also start using rules and guidelines that will start censoring people too. I feel it in my bones.
I mean, I thought about that, you know, but I guess they're. I think they're based out of. They're not in the United States. They're based out of the United States.
Still, they'll still do it.
Like I said, see, that's it's you being like a worry ward. Like I want to have hope and optimism, you know, just like when I read.
And I know the truth.
I live myself at a 10 second in a mile, you know. You know, it's like that's my life, you know. 10 seconds a mile. Just like Dom and you know, I want to go into comic books, be able to pick up a book, whatever book it is, open up and be able to read it and not have to worry about it. That's my goal. That's my dream. I want to have a good comic books. So DC has been getting better, but like I said, the number one thing that kept me going is DC was The Flash. It was consistently good. Now I'm getting into reading Criminal. I just finished Criminal. I'm reading more Brubaker. I'm at the point where like I'm getting kind of pulled away now that when I can read stuff like that versus reading Teeny Howard replacing Catwoman in her book, or Harley Quinn, you know, just not even being Harley Quinn anymore, you know, or Wonder Woman is fighting people who are like made out of like what was the last one? She was like they're inside milk. The gods of it, the Greek gods. You know, Zeus has been killed by Hera, and she's teamed up with the wizard, Shazam wizard. Now, yeah, the wizard's evil in DC Comics books. The one that's supposed to like, you know, Shazam gives him powers. He's evil, and like, you know, and they're raging against the humans and stuff. And they literally had a fight, and because Cheetah, she has now been redeemed. She's now a good person. She's been working with in the Becky Clinton series. She was working with Wonder Woman on the team there, and they were fighting in a milk factory. And you know, because she's a cat in the milk, you know, like, oh, it's so cute. I was like, no, I don't care for this stuff. It's like I said, I don't want to. We're not being aged out. It's just we're getting kicked out, not because they're aged. It's because they just don't like I don't know, for whatever reason. They think that if they cripple this, it's one thorn in their side. Remember, it's like you have a Karen who doesn't like the fact that you like this, and they don't like it, so everyone has to not like it.
Freaking Karen.
Rhaegar, it's great to see you. I hope Zack's treating you well. I gave guardianship of Rhaegar over to Zack. I sold him for $1.
Oh, I've been watching the show Sopranos for the first time.
Sopranos?
Yeah, The Sopranos. It's really good.
Are you eating more when you're watching that show? Because I eat a lot of good food in that show.
No.
That's like me. If I watch any those Korean shows, South Korean shows, they're always eating ramen all the time, and it just looks so freaking good. Like the table spread they have, it's just like they got the the meat here, they got the noodles here. It's just like, you guys like just make a show that does not work with Maki in it.
So I finally got.
If Zach did what, I would love it.
There we go. I finally got a hold of somebody about that fucking book cover.
Oh, that's what you.
Yeah, they contacted me. I was like, oh, okay. I just sent a message. I am not paying for a freaking cover, not $25.
You can apologize. I didn't realize it was a book cover.
No, I didn't apologize for anything. I said it was a misleading title because the title is like Todd McFarlane Omnibus hardcover book, cover only. No, so
wait, is it actually cover only in the title?
Yeah, I just missed it. I saw the first part and said, "Oh,
so you
okay."
apologize. I'm not back.
Like I said, I fell for it. It's on. Yeah, that part's on me, but I am not paying for it.
I've seen it where it's not even the title. It's down below the description. It says cover. It's cover only.
Zach, I can make you a sandwich. What kind of sandwich you want?
In this house, we celebrate Christopher Columbus. Yeah. I'm trying to think what else in these shows.
That's why I kind of went silent a little bit. So I was just trying for that.
Yeah, well, like you said, I know, Rachel, you don't like The Last of Us. You don't.
Nope, I don't like The Last of Us. I hate good shows. I hate them. I don't like The Last of Us. I didn't like the game either.
No, good for you. Sticking to the things that you hate.
Yep.
No, I the last episode, dude, like, it was actually really cool. It's they had I'll just say this: Troy Baker was on the show and played one of the characters in this last episode, and did a phenomenal job. The girl who's playing Ellie, the young the girl in the show, she's the one that's basically he's what's his name? Pedro Pascal is supposed to be like transporting, get her to Wyoming, and she is phenomenal. It's become a fun show. I know Dalton had told me before the show even went on started. He's like, "Oh, I heard from Sonya and watch it. It's just super woke." It's like, it's not really that case. I don't know where he got his information from. I mean, and hopefully that person who told Dalton this or watched this, owns up and says, "I was speaking out of my ass," because there was only one episode, and that was the one with Bill. Other than that, it's pretty much been the same as it was in the game. So, like I said, Rachel, you may not like the game, but you can appreciate the fact that they stuck to the source material.
Yeah, I still don't like it, but yeah.
Yeah. But, man, just makes me want to go play the game again. It's a fun game. I know you don't have a PS4, but holy shit, you probably like the game. So it's a stealth and just shooting and stabbing. And monsters in just like this dystopian world. All right.
Is that the games you're playing right now? I'm kind of in between. Like, I just finished Sniper Elite, so I'm like, okay, what am I gonna play next?
Have you played any Call of the Wild or Call of the Hunt,
Call of the Wild?
Call of the those shooting games where you shoot wildlife and stuff. You go out.
I was thinking about trying. Right now, I'm playing something called Onimusha.
Onimusha, yeah.
You should play The Forest, and then Sons of the Forest.
No. He would be too scared to play The Forest.
I watched a clip. The guy playing Sons of the Forest. He's like, hey, there's because it's basically a bunch of cannibals.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's his barn. He's at the ladder up the barn. He's like, okay, he looks to the left. There's a guy there. He's like, okay, cool. The stereo. All right, come to the ladder. He's like, going up there, and then he sees he gets to the top of the ladder. One of the cannibals jumps right at his face.
Yeah,
because I love that people do the base camp because PewDiePie. What you like this guy or not?
Mm-hmm.
He's the first one to do this on YouTube. That's why he got so famous.
Sub-Zero, by the way, to answer the question, I am better player with Sub-Zero than I am with Scorpion.
But I love seeing jump scares, legitimate jump scares on people, because some people fake their jump scares. They're like, I was scared. No. I love when people are actually playing. You can tell they're nervous, and then it just sets the whole mood of the game. You're watching it.
Boy, I'm glad.
Even though you're not scared of jump scares, seeing their reaction makes you start freaking out because they're freaking out. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah, man, Sons of the Forest. Oof. I mean, I was scared of the forest, but I really like the story and the ending. And then Sons of the Forest is bringing it in, and I hate it when the cannibals crawl up the tree and jump on you. I don't like it. Ugh. It's super spooky.
I'm trying to think what this is. In the original Mortal Kombat, I did like the actor for Johnny Cage.
Yeah, I also like Jade as well. I like Scorpion and Jade.
Is it Melina that has the giant mouth that opens up?
Yeah, Melina. Yeah.
Paper bag that shit. Seriously.
Zach, you need to step it up, okay? We gotta play Overwatch soon again, Zach, because you need to step up. Me and Zach played Overwatch, and he's like, "Oh, I'm not that great with Lucio," and then he ends up being like the best at playing him. So it's like, what are you doing?
I'll just say this: I like Talia Soto as Katana in the original Mortal Kombat movie. If you're wondering who Talia Soto is, she is from Vampirella movie.
Mm.
Also in
Where's my Draculina at?
She's too busy being harassed by Christopher Priest.
No.
No, Lyndon Ashby. You probably like, who the hell is that actor? If you watched MTV's Teen Wolf, he was Ryan, or what's his name was Styles' dad. He was the sheriff. Stilinski's Sheriff Stilinski. But he played Johnny Cage in the first two movies. Love him for that. I'm not really a big Johnny Cage fan though. Like I said, I like Sonya. Is that her name is?
Yeah. Zach, you were not mid, and yes, Rhaegar, we should all play together.
And then the girl who played that in I think it was the second movie she's in, or the first movie. That is the girl that was in Billy Madison. Would you like some gum?
Austin. Soldier for victims.
Okay, so I think this person's saying if I don't pay for it, then eventually they will just stop it automatically.
Well, if you don't pay it, he can't send it to you.
Well, yeah, I don't want him to send it to me. It's a fucking cover. The picture is of a wrapped book. It's not of a cover only.
I'm sorry. This whole time, England team has been like haggling and trying to get.
Well, they sent me. I sent a message before, and they finally answered. So,
right.
Yeah, and I'm kind of pissed at the whole thing.
Oh no! Don't be mad. Get glad.
Okay, so yeah, he's just saying. Okay, so.
Yeah, Bridget Wilson. That was the actress in that first one. I still like the first movie. The new Mortal Kombat, I just wasn't a fan of it.
Okay, they told me, yeah, all I got to do is wait 4 days and it'll be taken down since I'm not going to pay for it. I sent a message to the guy. I'm not paying for this. So all is good. Sorry about that, but they just sent me a message. I had to take care of it because, frankly, that kind of bullshit pisses me off.
What's going on? Nathan Childress saying, "Oh, so will Steve Trevor have mommy issues now that Tom King is writing, or will he give Wonder Woman daddy issues?" I'll also say Steve Trevor's gonna be killed off by Wonder Woman as she cheats on him with somebody else.
By the way, this is absolutely either a foreigner or a bot. Here's a message. Yes, I'm confident that I'm providing you the right process and information. I believe you deserve the right assistance from me, Aaron. Thank you so much for your effort and willingness to as assistance. I will send you. Yeah, that's absolutely either a foreigner or bot.
That's a bot.
Yeah.
Or a foreigner copy pasting their.
What do I mean? Rhaegar, what do I mean by the new Mortal Kombat? The one that came out like 2 years
ago. Mortal Kombat. So what are we talking about?
The one that I was talking about the new Mortal Kombat, the one that's based all about Sub-Zero story. Didn't care for that.
I remember there was one like that about in the year 2000.
It was Mortal Kombat. There was Mortal Kombat. There was Annihilation. Those are the first two movies they did. Back in there was 1985, and then the one was like 98 or 99.
No, I love 90, 95, and then like 96 or 97.
Yeah, I like those. But
I thought there was going to be a sequel to the newer one with Johnny.
There was, then it bombed. Nobody liked it.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. Reason it bombed because they said, well, we're not going to put Johnny Cage in this. This is all about this cast here, and so it's like we're going for
the new guy sucks.
Yeah,
the new main guy. I didn't like him. He sucked.
They're going for an Asian leader.
He was really bad.
He sucked monkey balls.
Yeah.
Hey, Gailey. How's your night?
Monkey balls.
Yeah. Speaking of bots, there are videos of AI bots.
Yeah.
How do you do that shit? I would love to do
Zach,
that.
there's also videos of them playing Overwatch, which is super funny. Yeah, AI is growing really, really powerful. I think everybody should be afraid of AI.
Glenzer, eBay seller, you bid on this item 10 times and lost. However, as the top bidder was retracted, so I'll sell to you for the last bid. The buyer, no, thank you.
Yeah, well, I know what he's talking about because I'm one of those that if you if I try to buy it from you for $10, I can't buy it from you for $10. Okay, I'm gonna go find it for $10, somewhere else. And by the time they get back to you, you've already bought it from someone else. So yeah.
Wasn't Cole back in the game? I don't know. I don't care for him. I hope he wasn't because nobody remembers him or cares for him.
I thought they did my boy with a hat. I thought they did him wrong.
Yes, with the razor hat.
Yeah, that's my guy. That's the guy I play when
I
I play. I can't remember his name for shit.
I remember.
I played Mortal Kombat 2 and 3 like they were the only games ever made for a while. So
yeah.
Oh, what was it?
That one, and there was something called Clay Fighter. I remember playing the hell.
Oh yeah, Clay Fighter. That was the other one. Yeah,
that was silly and stupid.
My first ever video game that was a fighting game was Rise of the Robots, I think, and it was on the Panasonic 3DO, and it was an old game. I remember I played with my dad when I was like 2 years old.
Yeah. The one I want, is there's a Nintendo GameCube game. I know not a lot of people had a GameCube. I did. I used to. I want a what is it? What do they call those when they update everything? I guess an update of Eternal Darkness.
Yes.
Did you ever play that one? This game.
I remember watching a YouTube streamer play it, and I really, really liked it.
Yeah, I had the game back in the day, and I would love to get that again. It was weird because it's
H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, and it would mess with you. It would mess with your game system. Like it would freeze, or it would all of a sudden your character was small, or it would be wobbly. Just
Metal Gear did that.
Yeah, just to kind of put you kind of on the edge a little bit. It really was a mind screw as far as survival horror games are concerned. That's my genre. I like survival horror games, football, and military sniper secret agent kind of things.
So,
then you probably will like Sons of the Forest if you like that then.
Well, I'll just say my type of games growing up was Metal Gear Solid games. So I put Filter Metal Gear Solid. That's the likes.
Eternal price goes for an eternal price tag these days.
No.
Rhaegar was Psycho Mantis. Yeah, he would mess up your save files and everything like that, like the time system on your console and
Metal Gear Solid.
A GameCube game that was surprisingly fun.
Batman Vengeance.
Well, that wasn't surprisingly fun, but that was just fun. Tarzan.
Oh yeah.
The one based on the Disney movie. I got that one for the GameCube because the kids like to play and they like to watch me play, and that one turned out to be a lot of fun. But then again, Aladdin and Lion King for the what was that? The Genesis was pretty good. So
yeah, Metal Gear Solid. You went up against this character called a villain, Psycho Mantis, so he could read you by your game save files, and what you do is you change the controller, and he's like, I can't read you anymore, and you keep doing it.
You have to put it in a different slot.
Metal Gear Solid 3 with the old guy sniper, if you didn't kill him, and you just like was like, I'm done playing this game, and you came back like a week later, he would like die.
So you mean Revolver Ocelot?
No, the boss fight, was it with him? The boss fight where it was with the sniper guy, and you had a...
There was Sniper Wolf.
Yeah, no. Sniper. Yeah, the one where you had to cross the field.
Yeah, it was in Metal Gear Solid 3.
That was a big boss. Yeah.
Snake
but
Eater,
yeah, I'm thinking
Austin P. Raise your hand if you have every Lego game with an IP.
I only have Indiana Jones and Star Wars.
I had Indiana Jones 2, all of the Star Wars games, the Marvel games, Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, I did them all, or at least I own them all. I haven't finished them all, but they're a lot of fun. The Batmans are incredible. Some of the best Batman games out there are the Lego games, easily.
Oh, the end. Okay, I'm thinking there was another one where you go against Revolver Ocelot in a different game.
Yeah,
older one. I think that was number 4.
Probably, or 5.
But no, it was Snake Eater, because I think it was one of the two you had to go again. Yeah, it was
my money.
The problem with the Metal Gear Solid games,
no, that's also
they did the shit where they released prequels.
Yeah, they were on like the PSP and like the
stage. Am I?
Oh.
There you go. There you go.
You just need the lightning now.
Yeah, right. And the glow. I can make my eyes white without actually.
Maranya doesn't like that.
I think you'll be safe, but you should stick a fork into a light socket, get the lightning going.
Do you stand outside in the corner and ask for like change? Hold up. Please, sir, I need some money.
Englantine, I don't know if I told you, but remember I told a story to one of y'all about how I used to stick a fork into the toaster when it was on. To check on my bread.
You mentioned that here. Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah. By the grace of God, I was never hurt.
Hey, MK, I got a great idea. You're going to need somebody to film this. You're in New York, right?
It's not a porno, is it?
Okay. Yeah. What I need you to do, and I mean, this is a need. This is like, I need air, I need water, and I need you to do this. Okay, they're like all equal. I need you to take that hat. I need you to go to Chinatown. Have a friend film this. You're going to yell at Chinese people for appropriating your culture.
No.
And no matter what is said, you'll just keep a straight face. Yeah. You're 100% mad at the Asian people for taking your culture.
I want you to go into Harlem wearing a billboard over you.
A sandwich board.
Yeah, sandwich board.
Yeah. You know, I saw that movie.
Oh yeah, Die Hard 3. You ever see the censored version of that? I told my friend it, and he laughs his butt off every time. It was on ABC years ago, Die Hard 3, and it literally said, the TV version literally had him say, "I hate the world," on it.
Yeah.
and people, obviously, they're acting the same. They're approaching like, "Yo, what's your problem, man?" And he just, when I showed him that clip, he didn't believe it. He's like, what? They actually put this on the air? Like, why would they be attacking if he said, "I hate the world"? Like, they wouldn't give a crap.
Well, look at yippee-ki-yay, mother truckers. That was...
Because it says something a lot different, obviously.
Speaking of appropriating culture, as an older guy with gray all over, I think I should go to one of these snowflake protests and start saying, no. Old people yell at other people. You don't yell at other people. You're appropriating my culture. Get out of here. That should be.
What's with kids in these clouds? I can't get data out of these
clouds.
Get
off my property.
Yes, get off my lawn.
I decided to save everything by throwing it into the cloud. I did it. It keeps coming back.
Well, let's see. Jay's listing off all the game systems. I had the Pong machine. I had the Atari 26. I had an NES. My kids have the Game Boy. Never had TurboGrafx. The Lynx. You forgot in television though. Had the Super NES, the Genesis. No Master System or 3DO, N64 yet. The Game Gear, my kids had. Dreamcast, man. I had. GameCube, PS2, all the other ones, yeah.
There it is. I have mine too.
Right?
And they had the PSP. My oldest daughter had the PSP.
The original Game Boy.
Yeah, this is the Game Boy Advance. They actually just recently put the bunch of these games on the Switch NSO thing.
You know that they released GoldenEye again.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can get through the Xbox Play market, or we call it.
How can we get together and actually play games where we can film it and record it and all that?
I know how.
You need to have one of those
on a
adapters.
console.
Yeah, you gotta have your. But you said that your bird chewed through it.
Yeah, my chinchilla bird
Oh.
went through the wires. If I could do it, I would.
This is the Mario, one of the Mario editions.
Oh, that's nice.
I had a couple of special editions of the 3DS. This one's actually sold on eBay. You know, there's people resell them. They're hard to find on eBay.
If you're gonna play,
I never had a 3DS.
If you're gonna play any Mario's, you gotta play like Super Mario World 2 or 3. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Critical Blast, what's up? Any book Tom King writes is going to end up with a female character taking over the lead, maybe giving him Wonder Woman will short circuit that.
Thank you for just showing up.
Yeah.
You can tell because they're talking about Tom King right away when they first show up.
Yeah, I know, right? My daughter had a chinchilla, Austin, and they kept it in my room for a little bit, and they put it in the corner where all the wires were, and I was wondering why my machines weren't working. The chinchilla was just going through them one at a time.
All right,
So
I guess he's closed us off from his room.
Yeah, he's like, don't look.
It's like the bouncer. Sorry,
my nipples are out. Yeah.
No booba for you.
Right. What? No what?
Booba.
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 That's a cute word for saying tits.
Booba or mommy milkers.
Oh, okay.
That just sounds very grooming.
Mommy
milkers.
You don't love mommy milkers?
Well, I'm not a kid saying that. It just sounds weird when you say that. It's
mommy milkers.
Well,
Mommy
that doesn't make
milkers.
sense. You're not milking the mama. You're milking the baby, right?
No.
You're
You know,
milking the
moms
mama.
I'm not attracted to
milk.
women who lactate. Okay.
Booba milk.
It's just, when you say that, it just sounds really
Booba
weird.
milk.
That's a specific kink that I do not have.
It is the milk is for the babies.
Yeah,
And
mommy
the
milkers.
daddies like to play
I
with
have
the
nipples.
bottle.
Milk me, fucker.
The daddies like to play with the natural milk bottles, the jugs.
The mommy
Yes.
milkers.
Yes. The mommy kitty got so ill. I had to milk the nipples and breastfeed.
Back in my day,
Awesome.
back in my day, we were poor. We never had a penny to spend on ourselves. And I remember we had to go down to the milking farm. We had to milk the cow.
That's animation. They're making this guy like it's a sample test. You know, they're like here, like they give him a glass of milk. He's like, oh, it's really good. It's okay. It's he's like, okay, now here's the milk from the female cow. He's like, female cow.
I milked a cow. We don't have a cow. Don't ask questions or regret. Wait, what did I ask one?
I don't know.
Okay. You gotta milk the mommy to feed the baby like you milk the cow. Ask. Let's see. Rhaegar says that's the only reasons I bought a Dreamcast was for Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I used to play that game like it was going out of
I
style.
played Soul Calibur like nobody's business.
Yeah, Soul Calibur was fun too.
Yeah.
No, Dreamcast. You played the Biohazard games.
What's that? And take a walk a mile, something, whatever that song was for Marvel vs. Capcom. That's actually why I bought a Dreamcast was for Resident Evil Codename Veronica.
Yeah. And then you get they had a Biohazard was the other game. Same people.
Yeah.
Like I said, my friend had a Dreamcast. I was like, what do you have a Dreamcast for? That's just so weird. It's like he just went on their way to buy the system that nobody wants. And he's like, hope you got it for cheap. And then, then years later, we saw him at Goodwill. And they went $100 for it.
Dreamcast was awesome, though.
They went $100 for it.
There's a PlayStation 2 game that I am trying to get a hold of. And I'm
Scared?
sure it's cheap on, or actually, I'm sure it's probably expensive on eBay. But it's called Rumble Roses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I played
it. Really want that game. I am
It's actually kind of fun.
I played it. It actually was on Xbox 360 too.
Yeah, you can get it for Xbox.
Yeah, but I want it for the PS2.
Captain Frugal just did a review of that game not too while ago on his channel.
I remember that was fun. That one, it was getting some crap on YouTube. Was Dead or Alive Beach Volleyball.
Oh yes, it's just
I had that game. It was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, it's a game you don't play around your mom when you're 15 years old.
It's a very jiggly game.
You could actually up the jiggle effects too. Yes, I did. But it was fun. It was a good time.
when that one girl ran, she knocked herself out. That was just so realistic.
I'll tell you something my daughter did. I told you my daughter Ashley, she's really good at fighting games. I bought DOA 3 or 4, whatever, which I forget. It was the one with Aerosmith singing "Amazing" at the end of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't play it. I went to sleep. I woke up and Ashley's playing it, and she freaking did the storyline. And I swear to gosh, she went through it in one play and got about like 5 or 6 different achievement awards as she went.
Yep.
She's good at the games.
I have a fight stick. It was for a Christmas. It was like $80, and it was I have modifications for it, but I haven't taken it apart to do it. But it's like, an arcade fighting stick, and you can play, you can hook it up to the PS4 or PC or anything and play fighting games with it. It's a lot of fun.
I like the fact that they put out the old Nintendo, not the Nintendo, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and the X-Men, the Simpsons, those side-scrolling games.
Here's a question.
Yeah,
did anybody ever get the Nintendo Mini Player? Remember they released a couple years ago? It was supposed to be like the remember they had the small PS ones, and then they did the same thing with Nintendo. Regular Nintendo. If people were trying to get it, it was sold out everywhere.
Oh, you talking about the classic?
The classic, yeah, classic NES.
Yeah, the NES and the SNES actually came first, and then PlayStation like, oh yeah, let's do the same thing. And
I've never been able to find the classic NES. I have an NES. I just never been able to play it.
Rachel has a fight stick. Venkman has a boom stick.
I was working at Target at the time when the SNES Mini came out, and you couldn't find that. We would get like maybe 6 or 7 of them, and they were out before the day was up.
Since I lost my other hand, this hand's become very sensitive.
Dreamcast Mini, the world needs it. What is
this?
And I think
look at Scorpion.
Does it list Jeremy Adams on the back for credits for writing that?
This?
Yeah.
Jeremy Adams? I don't recall that name.
Because he wrote a Mortal Kombat thing for the.
Let's see if it says anything on that.
Scorpion is best character, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Scorpio.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, written by Jeremy Adams. Yeah.
Jeremy Adams. Yeah, he wrote a lot of the DC stuff, as far as the Lego games or movies, and he did that Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he's a big MK fan.
Yeah, he also worked on Super Sons.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. He said later on this year he's going to actually release his own independent creator comic book.
Oh, awesome! They're also making a Johnny Cage. Oh yes, because you're like Johnny Cage. They're making another anime movie later this year called. It's going to be called Mortal Kombat Legends Cage Match. Yeah, it's going to focus on Johnny Cage.
Oh, I get it, Zach. I get it. Sub-Zero is cooler because he's cool and cool.
And then you got, let's see, this was the second animated movie, Battle for the Realms. That was a follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
Now, here's my thing with Mortal Kombat. Sub-Zero and Scorpion should both be villains. They should never be portrayed as being heroes.
Oh, you don't like them as good guys?
I don't like it as a good guys. I'm like, no.
The
Sub-Zero, one's bad, one's good, kind of, but that's a whole
other.
Yeah. But I mean, like, in the original, like I said, in the original movies you watched, like, I love the special effects. They're so cheap, but like, it was great though. When Scorpion dies, he turns into a skeleton.
Or the Scorpion chain comes out of the palm of his hand and flips out.
Get over here.
Yeah, in the movies and the show, they had they changed it a little bit. It was like this organic snake thing with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was weird.
I love that.
In the games, it's just a kunai, on a rope.
No, I could have sworn that Spider-Man did the same thing when he did the whip. He's like, "Get over here!" He'd pull you over.
They did put that sound effect in the first movie. Get over here, and he drags him down.
Yeah. I could swear in the first Ghost Rider movie, or maybe it was the second one. Now I'm not sure which one.
With the chains?
Yeah, there's a part where he's pulling on a helicopter and he says, "Come here," or "Come over here."
I have that
had to be a nod to Scorpion, I don't remember the part, but he's pulling that chopper.
Yeah, Trevor Goddard, or Goddard, I can't pronounce his last name, but sadly died back in 2003. He played Kano in the original Mortal Kombat. The guy had such a thick Australian accent, and he looked the rugged part. he should they would have done a Captain Boomerang, you know, in a Suicide Squad movie. He would have been perfect. You know, he's way better than he was more jacked than Michael J. White was, or Jai White was in the Jai White, Courtney, whatever it is, yeah. In the Suicide Squad, and I was like, dude, I just love the way how Kano is, his thick Australian accent. He's, you know, just he was the perfect bad guy.
Yeah. They it's funny though with Kano, they actually didn't. They wrote that into the canon with the games and everything afterwards because of Trevor, whatever his name was, the guy, the actor who played Kano in the first movie. They said it was received so well with the, you know, hello baby, did you miss me? You know, with the whole Kano accent, you know, that like they just kept it, you know. Yeah, it fits in perfectly.
So yeah, so whenever I think of like Captain Boomerang, you know, it's like, you know, from Flash Rogue villain, I think of like that'd be perfect. Kano would have been awesome, you know. I need that hard like an Australian accent, you know.
Zach, I live for the
this is the third movie.
The Mortal Kombat.
This is most people consider this arguably the best of Scorpion's
fatalities.
Did you watch the web series?
What I'm showing you?
The Mortal Kombat web series. There was like it was online. It was like after the first two.
Legacy? Kombat Legacy?
Yeah, Christina Luca. Yeah, Christina Luca, isn't it?
Yeah. That's.
I started watching them. Like I'm like. It's like, damn, is she hot in this?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was actually a pretty good series. Like I thought it was like really pretty well adapted to the lore. I mean,
it is. They're pretty. I mean, honestly, most interpretations of MK, like, you know, as far as live, are pretty solid, except for Annihilation. And I know the new movie is kind of like mixed, but you know, I think most like the new one better than Annihilation. If you ever saw Annihilation, it was just train wreck, pretty much. They just mushed everything.
Annihilation, they focus on the what's his name? Kao Lung? Who was the hero in the second movie? It was supposed to be like the savior in the 1997 movie. It was like the Liu Kang. Yeah, Liu Kang was like the hero, like the envy for anybody else.
Oh yeah, yeah. In the older movies, they focused on him being the whole. I mean, the games, it's also centered around him too, but I mean, there are other characters.
So this new movie that came out in 2020, I think it was, or 2019,
somewhere around 2021.
2021.
Yeah,
was focused on Sub-Zero, like his ancestor or descendant, you know, basically being like the hero.
Oh you mean yeah, it was the ancestor, the descendant of Scorpion, which they made Cole. That's not canon. That was just when they created Cole, he strictly for that movie. That's why I wanted
as for video game into comic book adaptations, what is the best and what is the worst? Thank you very much for the $5 super chat.
Oh, and I'll get flack for this. Alone in the Dark.
Alone in the Dark made a good comic book.
Well, no, it
From
was
comic book to a video game.
It was a video game. Yeah,
it's video game into comics.
Oh, in the comic book? Oh, okay. Well, I was just talking about the other way around because it's really rare.
Comics.
Well, there is an Alone in the Dark comic book. I liked Tomb Raider for its run in the 2000s.
I never read the comic books that way. I've always watched the video games into live actions.
Yeah.
So I've never, or movies into comics.
I did like the Street Fighter of the 2000s. I haven't read anything new, but I did like I think Tomb Raiders, for me, that's pretty damn good.
Actually, Alone in the Dark was me last night. I was reading books.
A lot of people like the Sonic comic book. I haven't read it, but I know a lot of people like it. Let's see what else.
I would say TMNT, but it's already was a comic before.
Yeah, it was a comic book. It started off that. Yeah. But yeah, if it's video game into comic, Injustice. Well, it's Injustice is pretty good.
Yeah.
Also, came from a game, so I guess you could say.
Yeah.
No, I thought Injustice was a comic first, wasn't it?
No, it was a video game first.
Yeah, and then they came out with the comic after.
It's more of a continuation than it is an adaptation. But then again, so are all the comics. But yeah, I got to say, Tomb Raider, Injustice is a good one. Sonic, I know a lot of people like, but I haven't read it. I'm trying to think of.
I can't think of any other ones.
I can't think of any. Yeah.
Resident Evil had comic books in the late 90s. Yeah, those were pretty good too.
They had one last year.
I did not like Silent Hill's comic book though. That was.
I
kinda
have
sucky.
Silent Hill's comic book. I have the first and second issue.
I hope you like them more than I did.
Yes.
Best comic book adaptation is either the original Marvel Ultimate Alliance or Lego Batman 3. If you're going in the other direction, the best comic book or best video game based on comics or comic characters, I've got to stick with the Arkham series. So,
well, yeah, nowadays a lot of video games are being turned into comic books.
Oh, they had some Dragon Age ones? Really, Zach? I haven't read any.
Mortal Kombat 2
Army of 2 became a comic book series.
I know. Well, if this kind of counts, my Warhammer 40K has loads of comics, and they are based off of tabletop.
Blood Rain.
Oh,
was a good one.
Skip and Tosh saying there's a Resident Evil comic out now. So
yeah, there is one. Yeah, it's with Leon Kennedy. Yeah.
Okay.
But I've never seen it in shops, though. That's the thing. So I don't know where it's out.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, there've been some pretty good ones.
Borderlands became a comic book series too.
Oh.
Call of Duty had its own.
Cool.
For a lot of
yeah,
time.
that's true. That's true. It did. Yeah.
I see him in the quarter bins, and I just laugh. It's like always like the half. There's so
I
many
wish
in
we
the
had a
quarter
quarter
bins.
bin. Anyway, kids, we just hit the 2.5 hour mark, so we're gonna
It is
wrap
time
this
for
up.
England team's bed.
So now it's happy hour. Drinks are half off.
Well, that depends. Do you guys want to keep going? Because Venkman can close
I
up
can't
shop.
watch any more MXC. I'm done.
You can't watch a what?
Any more MXC. I'm done.
What's MXC?
The one you don't like.
Yeah,
Japanese.
please. Yeah, no showing Japanese content on my
I'm
channel.
not gonna do that.
It's up to you, Vank. You want to close it out?
I'm pretty much. I'm kind of.
You're done. All right, we're gonna close
wanna
out.
read
Y'all
guys.
are boring.
Tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do something of an auction. I couldn't get a collection. I will pick one up, hopefully tomorrow.
Well, you know,
So
you can
we'll
always
have
start
an
a Discord
appropriate one.
chat too, you people. If you want to go
Yeah, you can do that. Hopefully, we'll have a more appropriate auction next week.
I'll get my Discord.
Sunday is
pretty good movie.
I love
Sunday is Oscar night. So on what I now call Movie Mojo is I'm gonna do a live reaction and such, a little hangout, talk about what's going on, kind of play by play, and hopefully there'll be a lot of at least things that might happen. I don't know if Will Smith's gonna slap the shit out of anybody this year also. So that's going to go on starting at about 8 o'clock. And then Monday is our open mic again. So join us for that.
Where you guys, after the first hour, get to tell us what to talk about. Because no one really talks about anything. We just go into what we're talking about.
Right.
Video games.
Yeah.
Always, all the time.
Oh, and most of our live streams are very much here's a topic to start us off, and then we're just going to go wherever the hell we want to as we do.
Will Smith isn't banned from the award shows, is he still?
Will Smith, yeah, he's actually banned from the Oscars.
Also, Ed, eventually, I will have my own streaming channel, and then everyone can just go to my gaming streaming channel.
All right, cool. Well, either way, guys, thank you very much for hanging out with us.
Hold on, I'm just going to post my Discord link if anybody wants to actually join.
All right.
So we can continue the conversation over there.
Cool. Will Smith got his feelings hurt when Chris Rock made fun of him. Did he? I never saw a reaction link. I only saw people saying that he got his feelings hurt, but I never saw the reaction or anything. Do you have? Okay, we're waiting.
I'm just waiting for my Discord. My Discord just crashed. My computer shut off last night when the power went off. So everything just crashed. I was out of power from 11 p.m. to 3 in the morning. It was snowing outside. It was fun. So my computer has been acting kind of wonky today. Let's see.
I would send the link, but I don't know how to. I don't think I'm allowed to.
KB. And you know what? I can actually go, so I'm going to say goodnight.
All right.
He's
got there. So if you guys want to join,
that's the Discord.
So if you want to join Kiki Pup Show Discord, there you go.
Yep. Oh, I might keep a tally, Rhaegar, of all the stupid political statements and so forth. Yeah, we got to come up with like a bingo card or something. All right, you guys have a great time as always. Thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.